Give me a sec while I test the microphone. Testing microphone 1, 2. Check, mic check. Okay. Seems to be working fine. Starting in a bit. That seems good enough for the chat window. Okay. We'll go here, here, then here. Then move to the face cam to say hello, folks. It's me, I'm Biggy, and I'm back. We're live. We're playing some more Rogue Trader. And thank you for being here. If you're watching for the VOD, welcome as well. Yep. Unfortunately, it's been last time when we left off, we had a bit of a, how do I say this, a little bit underwhelming in terms of how I'm seeing the game so far. There is a couple of dialogue choices and dialogue trees, which is nice. However, the oh, just give me a second. Yeah, there's a dialogue tree. There's a couple of things that worked out really nice, but unfortunately, it kind of falls flat on its face for basically limiting us to one option at the end of things, and it feels kind of I feel kind of gypped by having it do that. It's kind of sad when a game does that, where there's an illusion of choice and you end up with basically the same outcome at the end anyways. And well, that being said, it's I'm not sure if that's true for the rest of the game or not, but we'll see. But in the meantime, let's just thank our members, shall we? Thank you, Apilux, Manta, Doug Boldenroff, Vega Chapa, Techno, and Army Slam for being members at the time of streaming, getting to watch vids early, and getting some cool badges and emojis for whenever you comment. And yeah, let's just head towards the gameplay. Let's see if things are working out. Okay, there we go. There's the Rogue Trader. And feel free to chime in. If you're watching, like I said, if you're watching from... Give me a second while I move the camera up a little bit. Oh, the game footage up a little bit. There we go. Then move this a little bit down. Okay, that seems good enough. For the vertical streams, feel free to say hi in the chat as always. I'll try to keep up with people chatting, but we're just playing a little bit more Rogue Trader. Right? Let's just load the autosave. And we're going to basically, since we're at level 6, we'll see if we're going to recruit anyone else. But more importantly, I think it's time for us to... I'm not sure if we're going to have a place to sell stuff in the near future. Sell and buy stuff, considering we're the Rogue Trader. Okay, let me just also look at our characters or inventory. And apparently, I somehow messed it up. Okay. Let's just sort item in the ascending order. Okay. So let's see what do we have. We have this, which is hit chance and critical hit chance. This is thrice Pioneer's Bracers. Every time the wearer deals damage, the target weapon skill and ballistic skills reduced by -5 for 2 rounds. That's up to 6 times. I think this works well on Okay, I'm going to switch out of the operator's gloves and switch to the noble's silk gloves. And I'll keep this in the inventory just in case we need to do tech checks. I'm also going to do this. Wait, did I not pick up the serum? Oh, that sucks. We have a glowing stone here that we could put in the cargo. And a bunch of items that we could actually put into cargo. Right? Abelard, I think you could use this. And I think we could give you the tactician's goggles. Whereas you could use this. This is the Helm of Devoted Protector. These things are Staff of the Guardian. Two-handed melee weapon light. These are the same, right? We have castigating and infusing. Allies targeted by navigator. Oh, okay. So there's ones that have you give bonuses by navigator powers. Okay. So let's just put this here. And then we could switch between this whenever we target between allies and enemies. Castigate. We have Castigate. Again, this is for navigator powers. Deadshot stub revolver. That's new, right? Rate of fire of 1 with recoil. Solid projectile weapon does have increased over penetration. Requires 35 strength, so we need somebody with a fair bit of strength to equip it. This requires some navigator. I hardly know her. Interesting. So we need somebody with a bit more strength to be able to handle this pistol. Okay. We'll have this and Granada. You have the warp injection thingy. You take this medkit. Okay, medkit, Granada. And do we have anything else? This is tech use. What is your tech use? 30. Okay. The tech use I have is 40. So literally, we are the best tech user unless we have somebody with higher intelligence join our little ragtag group here. I could just try and sell them. Do we add this to cargo? Correct data. Chart is complete. The fiery reckoning is now fully equipped. This is a handwritten letter written seal. Machine write set. Okay. I think we need to add these to the cargo. Ripper auto pistol. I hardly know our auto pistol. This is a shotgun, 10 to 15. This is auto gun, so add this to the cargo. Well-maintained stub revolver is not as damaging as a shotgun. Again, this laser gun leaves much to be desired. Okay, red Toby pattern laser gun. And the rest is fine. Let's just go ahead and sort by type. And that should be everything. Heading back to the bridge now. If you're jumping into the full stream, feel free to say hi. Because somebody said they jumped into the full, clicking on will do to jump into the full stream. Typing stuff in the chat seems nice. I'd love to interact with people. And if you have any questions regarding my condition or anything, just feel free to say hi as well. Right? Lady Navigator, welcome aboard. Sanctum has been prepared. She wishes to rest. Your heart starts beating furiously as your breath comes short and choppy and your fingertips tingle. Notice that Vigdis is shivering slightly, and the crew glancing around, puzzlement, searching for the source. You decided not to make use of the charm that could inhibit Cassius Ostello's powers. Okay. First, I wish to speak with the rogue trader. Leave us. Okay, of course, when you are ready for the ritual, please let me know. Oh no, we didn't use the gemstone. So she is at full power. That could be problematic. Okay, sweeps a pensive gaze over Vigdis to lower her lashes slightly, then turns to you. What do you wish to speak about? Small exhale, and then raises her pointed chin. Not that, thank you for saving me on the station. My thoughts were clouded with so much mournful ash when Theobald's heart stopped, but you acted honorably. So you convinced Cassia Orwell to depart Urek of her own free will. So I did not force her, did not exploit me in my wretched position. For that I am immeasurably grateful. But now I am ready to go to the Sanctum Navis and perform the sacred rite. Ready to brush canvas in the best paints you have on board. Why are you asking for these items? It's not the time to indulge. You cannot comprehend the answers to. I'll explain it all at a later time, but now it's not the time. Too precious to waste as a navigator of House or Celio. I give you my word that without canvas and paint, we have little hope for a smooth journey. Okay. Tell me more about the ritual. I doubt I could understand. The uninitiated could understand the mysteries of navigation, but I'll try to explain the essence of it. Merge my mind with the will of the machine spirit. Okay. And of the ship, so that I can become one with the vessel. Mechanical or electrical cybernetic substitute for biological limbs or organs. Okay. After that, I use the House or Celio ritual, which I am loath to reveal to you. Free my mind of all errant thoughts, and then open my third eye, peer into the warp. Among the nightmares, visions, mirages, and creatures of the abyss. Only the light of the Emperor is the truth that will lead me from the star to star, system to system. The guiding thread to one's grasp at any moment, but you have nothing to worry about, and navigators of Australia will never lose the course. Why did you refuse the red paint? Use the blood of my attendants. Oh, okay. However, given the current circumstances, my own will serve even better. The blood of Navis Nobilite is sacred, more suitable for the communion ritual. Okay, so I'll make sure that the supplies are delivered. Okay, do not follow me. You can survive the gaze of my warp eye when it is opened. Okay. Great. We have certainly received quite a fair bit of trouble. Overseer the open channel between the Lady Navigator and the bridge. Okay. Okay, initiating the communion ritual from Cassia. The ring of metal freed from its scabbard. Then the stifled gasp of Lady Navigator, rhythmic drip of the liquid on canvas, faint whispers of a brush. A violet vortexes lashing on an ocean with million flails. Okay, umbering shadows spinning over the surface. So basically she paints to navigate. A daughter of forsaken by her father yearns for her brother. Sun's pale disk goes in tireless pursuit of me, its frozen rays. The spring is here. Great ruler's gone. Okay. Accidentally snaps one of the cogitator levers. Oh no. Panel beneath her fingers emits sparks. My abject apologies for cutting off the broadcast, Lord Captain. Never heard the warp speak through a navigator before. Connection restored now. It will not happen again. Cassie, are you alright in there? Or leave the Lady Navigator undisturbed. I'll leave it undisturbed. Don't disturb her. Soul shredding screams drown out the Vox transmission. The servants in the Sanctum Navis are howling and shrieking like wild beasts, moaning in pain. Their throats raw from the strain, and then sudden silence. The dull thud of dropping bodies proclaim their fate. It appears the servants were part of the Lady Navigator's rite, as it was her predecessor. I arranged for the bodies to be removed from the Sanctum Navis after the ritual, or what is left of them. Okay. Rogue trader, I fear I have unfortunate news. Endless blackness has spread across the canvas, dividing what should be whole in two, and my sight cannot glimpse the light of the Emperor as clearly as before. I cannot turn my around. My brush only draws me onward. The way is blocked. What is blocked? Okay, by the Emperor's grace, the ritual was successful. Your vessel's temperament presented a challenge. Its cold steel grip did not allow me to breathe freely even for a second. It was as if the depths of the ship housed not only machine spirits, but something other. Now I will retreat to my chambers to recover my strength. Send for me if you need for me. Okay. Congratulations on acquiring a navigator. Please spare me a few moments of your time, as there are several matters require your attention. First of all, report on the condition of the station. Right, so you opted to begin your visit in Reikart's system with a different destination. The station could have become critically unstable. But fortunately, the decision to immediately visit the representatives of the Navis Nobilite brought us precious time. We can either focus our efforts on disassembling the station and procuring the technological components for our own, or attempt to save as many valuables as we can. Let's loot everything, from the jewelry to the very last manuscript. Okay, profit factor gained, as you command, Lord Captain. I'm not sure what profit factor means, but I think that's important. With your permission, I would also like to remind you that we are still looking for an engineer prime. Both the vessel and its machine spirits are in desperate need of oversight by an experienced tech priest. Also missing some crew, and much more importantly, we have not yet located Hendrix van Calux, the right hand of the Lord Inquisitor. Now we know for certain it was not at Urek 5, so we should keep this in mind when making any future plans. Thank you, Big Dis. That'll be all for now. As you please, Lord Captain. So, you're all just business. Okay, so we have a couple of places. We could head to this unexplored. Okay. There's some commotion on the officer's deck. The lead navigator has left her quarters and is currently in the wardroom where inhabited crew members are shunning her in terror. Okay. Right. Cassie is causing trouble.
Lord Captain,
Oh.
my apologies. I did not notice your entrance.
Pleases to you adjusting the life aboard the ship.
Compared to Urak 5, your ship is a boundless world of unfamiliar hues. And yet, the abundance of bright colors can at times be wearisome on the eyes. The bridge and the decks are so clamorous. In my search for a place of quiet, I was fortunate to come upon this islet of serenity filled with rare tomes and practically devoid of color.
The events on Urek 5 must have shaken you, so are you well?
One should not underestimate the navigators of House Orselio, Lord Captain. Like a shawl of pale smoke, a faint malaise hangs upon my shoulders, but it will not be the slightest hindrance to my duty to humanity, and my duty to you.
Okay. So are you satisfied with your new attendance, though?
Your servants are somewhat sluggish when it comes to attending a noblewoman of the Navis nobility, but they are quite tolerable. Thank you for your concern.
Navis Nobilite, I guess. Not Navis Nobilite. Oh, we got a perception check. Cassia's cringe ever so slightly. Okay. Adjusting the adornment of her forehead, then awkwardly hides her clawed fingers. Okay, in the folds of her clothes. The natural appearance of navigators often become a topic of gossip amongst lowly servants and officers alike. It is clear that she does not feel comfortable aboard a ship teeming with new people. You have ample time to calm yourself and your powers.
There are people on this ship who are far more impulsive and dangerous to others, and far less devoted to the God Emperor than a herald of the Navis nobility. The But I did not need your words to see the shades of umber unease that whirl around your subjects whenever I am near. Were I not acquainted with such a reaction, I could have found their behavior and your question just now insulting.
Ah, okay. Pardon my servants. Well, are you fond of reading then? You want to read?
Oh, this. I found this fascinating read on one of the shelves. And I must say, it has caught my eye. Its every chapter is written in verse. I find it so beautiful and enrapturing.
This is the Lusty Barmaid or something. Oh, no, this is Oblivion.
Yurak 5 had a vast archive of its own, of course. Although most of the works within had to do with scholarly disciplines of some sort or another. Only in my sparse moments of respite was I allowed to escape into the pages of more embellished works.
Ah, Cassia gently brushed the dust off the cover with her thin, clawed hands. Her eyes full of longing after reminiscing about her lost home.
Lord Captain, would you kindly explain to me why you are pestering me with these questions? Inquiring about my mood and my needs, showing an interest in the books I am enjoying? You are behaving as if you possessed a shred of fellow feeling for one such as I.
Aww.
I beg your pardon, Lord Captain. That was no way for a navigator to conduct herself.
Frightened by her own words, Cassia covers her mouth, pales, blushes, then pales again and hides her face behind the cascade of her snow white hair. Aww. She's shy. I mean, you think, Lady Cassia, that the feelings I have for you are far more complicated than common sympathy. Or you have nothing to apologize for. Human emotions are natural, and be they good or bad. It's just as natural to share them with others. Quite right, so I would ask that you mind what you say from now on. I feel empathy for a mutant, however, the crew's well-being hinges on... Oh, do I move forward with Cassia? 1 is very forward. I think 2 is less forward. Let's go with 2.
Please forgive me. I cannot even understand myself right now. Your words and attention have reminded me of life on the station, of Theobald and Felek. I do not understand. They were merely the keepers of Yurak 5. So why do memories of those two make me feel a strange heaviness here?
Okay.
At the same time, I find myself overwhelmed with new excitement and anticipation. At last, I have set foot outside my familiar walls and into a world that I have only seen before in the pages of books. Your ship alone is a treasure trove of remarkable artifacts and curiosities. And just imagine the things that await beyond, but... My delight must seem childish to you, surely. In your heart, you must be finding all this quite amusing.
Okay. Right, we have romance options. We either go full romance, or I would rather find a mutant illness, perhaps in the privacy of my... Okay, so 2 is very forward. What I find childish is your manner of addressing me as if I were your friend. Okay. I understand what you're going through. My own life was turned upside down not too long ago. Okay. Okay. Do we romance Cassia? I think 2 is a little bit too far. I'll try romancing Cassia, why not?
Words like that, Lord Captain, could easily be misconstrued. You should familiarize yourself with some of the works in your library to learn the appropriate manner of conversing with a lady.
Oh, okay. Oh no. Is she going to... I saw the romance. Struggling to maintain expression of polite indifference, Cassia covers her burning face and swiftly exits the room. Oh, okay. So we have a literal romancing option. Okay. Huh. What book was she reading? Secrets of Gallant Conduct. How do you express your feelings to a noble lady? Ah, come on. The favorite refined lady is well advised to maintain pointed courtesy and finesse in his every need. An honorable admirer will never defile a noble lady's ears with crude or indecent words, and neither will he allow himself to conduct that besmirch with honors. Uh, okay. Lady's eyes. Okay. Uh, let's just. Okay. Trophies packed into the cargo. Ambiguous. Didn't I visit this place not so long ago? Okay, so Cassia is a romancing target, I guess. Off to the bridge again. Okay, you're going to stumble upon rumors from time to time. Whether you check on them credibility or leave them be, the decision is yours. Okay. Because of course I romance Cassia. Um. Okay. Let's save. Cassia?
Words cannot describe how boring the bridge is without our stimulating conversations.
Okay. Tell me about yourself.
I am a part of House Orselio, an ancient dynasty of the Navis nobility. Since time immemorial, our family has served to advance knowledge, pushing at the boundaries of the dark unknown. The Starway Atlas contains 2,843 routes that chart the sectors of the Segmentum Obscurus and reach all the way from the Coronis Expanse to Holy Terra.
I think Holy Terra is the homeland. The throne world of Imperium Man. Okay. The home world of the God Emperor. Listen.
And uniting the Imperium's thousands of worlds. House Orselio is bound by commercial pacts to houses Galeatis, Ortina, Drotus, and... There is a dark blue knot tightening on your neck, Lord Captain. I can see my reply is not satisfying your thirst for knowledge. What is it you desire to hear exactly?
Well, navigators identify so strong with their house. It must be difficult for you not to be able to lean on your elders. But you have my word that I will look after you. Ah.
You will? That would be most appreciated, Lord Captain.
Never lived anywhere other than Urak 5?
Hardly. According to the chronicles of the house, I was born on one of the Orselio worlds. Oh, what was it? Please forgive me, Lord Captain. My childhood memories are too vague. Sometimes I dream about the colorful birds that built their nests in the garden, or the servants dressed in purple livery, or
Okay.
the blue fog that rolled over the lowlands behind the palace. But everything is covered in a rosy haze. Perhaps it is my imagination, not my memory, that is painting these pictures.
No, okay. So what was your life like on the station then?
My stay on the station was wholly dedicated to preparing me for my future duty. Astromancy, astrography, numerology, the histories of my house and the Imperium, as well as other disciplines. For many years, dozens of instructors tirelessly prepared me for my destiny. And once a year, Great Regent Alronto would come to the station. He would entrust his beautiful vessel to my command, so that I could master the practical aspects of our art as well.
But do you have friends? Someone you could turn to for simple conversation?
The Regent gave me a bird from a sunlit planet once.
Aw.
I tried to
I wish
befriend
I
it
were
and
a
make
bird.
it sing, but for some reason, it refused and died soon after.
Ah.
The instructors were too respectful of my duty to my house to waste precious time on idle chatter. Aside from them, there were only servants on the station. And you know they have their vocal cords removed, so they cannot break their vow of silence.
Yikes. Okay.
And since the subject has been breached, Lord Captain, why do you not follow this honored tradition? Your decks are so garish. Apologies, I meant noisy. The rabble don't just chatter. Sometimes they shout and even sing. Why do you allow such a lack of restraint? Rogue traders are highborn, are they not?
Okay, so you have a point. It's about time we made the decks quieter. Lower rank strip of their Oh, that's rough. A ruler cannot maim peoples just because it is in his power to do so. On the contrary, it is the duty of every ruler to look after their subjects. Okay, or you may find it difficult to believe, but the practice of depriving servants of their voice is not particularly widespread outside House or Celio. I like the noise people make here. It fills the ship with life. I think number 2.
Your words sound amazingly blasphemous. If a ruler's duty dictates the need for violence, would dispensing it not be their responsibility? I will contemplate your answer in solitude.
But your third eye, why you always conceal it?
The Navigator's open eye is baneful to whoever the warp's ruinous shine falls upon, and therefore it is the symbol of our power. We are the guiding stars of humanity, found worthy of an uncommon gift, and one of the duties that we bear is to guard our eye, even from wayward glances that may bear evil.
Okay.
Besides, I am aware that lesser servants of the Imperium may find our appearance repulsive. The Navigator gene twists the features the rabble are used to seeing, and the magnificence of our role cannot be grasped by their feeble minds.
Aw, okay. We're in the romance route. We're going to. She likes compliments. You're beautiful.
Lord Captain, you are overstepping the bounds of propriety.
Ah. What is it like to guide a vessel through the warp?
It may be difficult to describe. You see, every navigator perceives the warp differently. My mentor, Great Regent Alronto, always described his travels through the Immaterium as a journey through a vast wood with countless paths. And I, assisting him in the first voyages, futilely tried to follow his example. But the wood would not reveal itself to me.
All right.
But everything changed when I found my own key to this mystery. You see, I've always brightened up my rare moments of leisure time by painting. You may recall there was a workshop in my chambers. As soon as I imagined the warp as a blank canvas, An indescribable feeling came over me. I moved the brush, going deeper and deeper into my own painting.
Double entendre.
Visions were hidden within the vibrant colors of my palette, and something inside me knew which should be brought out and which should be left behind. I woke up several days later, after the voyage was safely complete.
I noticed your love of painting was reflected in your speech as well. You associated so many images with hues and colors.
The Emperor graced me with a gift. I can see inner life in addition to the mundane. You cannot know that a fruit has rotten from the inside until a blade slices it in two. I can see the rot from far away.
Yeah.
It roils like swamp mud, oozing through the bright peel. Anger and boredom, sadness and joy. Everything that people shut away inside themselves is revealed to me like colors on the canvas of my world.
เรียมครับ เดี๋ยวขอคุกกี้หน่อยฮะไอ้คุกกี้กาแฟ Let's talk about something else.
You will hear no objection from me, Lord Captain.
Okay, how's Arcelio?
As the only voice of our family on this vessel, it is an honor. As long as your questions are courteous, I will answer every one of them.
Is the Arcelio prophecy system named after his ancestor, or we have a lower success?
You are shrewd indeed. My ancestor charted that route while fleeing the enemies of humanity. They say the Emperor himself was his guide, because the warp expelled their vessel without a single loss.
Wow.
Unfortunately, the lips of those who relate this tale seep with disgusting green hubris. I think Kalain Orcelio was simply a skilled navigator.
Okay, so basically, they're very skilled, but they tend to embellish, I think.
Just as a rogue trader stands at the head of a protectorate, a Novator heads a navigator house. It is the Novator who decides where to look for alliances and which path their bloodline is destined to tread. As for our house, the transfer of power to a successor is currently underway. In the meantime, Great Regent Auronto Orcelio is ensuring the stability of the house.
Rich history.
Oh, yes. The navigators of the house came to the Coronis Expanse fairly recently, a mere 208 years ago. Before that, our ancestors expanded the borders of humankind's dominion for the glory of the Emperor, blazing trails to different corners of the galaxy.
But you lived in seclusion on a closed station.
So, says Regent Auronto. Nothing is decided yet. Some people in the house become enshrouded in rolling grey clouds at the thought of me becoming the Novator. But even more are bound with dull leaden chains. They think I am not ready for such a burden. By all means.
What does your special sight reveal?
Sister Argenta shines like a guiding star, inspiring resolve in those around her, seemingly inexplicably. However, I see a dark and ugly fog billow behind her, contrasting sharply with her shining light. It burdens the Sister of Battle. It drags her down. Yet Argenta herself is hardly aware of it.
Okay.
Seneschal Viserion is among the few whose colors are a pleasure to look at. Whenever the Seneschal speaks, heavenly crystal clarity spreads around him. And whenever he is angered, dark blue clouds condense over him. And in his rare moments of joy, a pure gleam of sunset pink caresses the souls of those near him. Out of your entire retinue, Lord Captain, he is the only one I would trust with my life.
Oh, cool.
Idira's emotions are like a maelstrom, bright, unbridled, enveloping her form like a wondrous kaleidoscope of colors. And as dangerous as a twisting warp storm. The riot of colors hides the truth from my eyes. What exactly is driving this woman? Is it her own will, or is it the Immaterium, Lord Captain?
Let's talk about us.
Right here? Are you sure?
No, let's not end the relationship yet. That's wrong.
Of course. Let us turn from personal matters to more pressing. I have enjoyed your company. Thank you.
Okay. Apparently we could romance Cassia.
Greetings.
Okay.
Gladly. There are none more faithful to the God Emperor than my sisters. We fight against his enemies by the will of the Holy Ecclesiarchy. I beg your pardon, rogue trader. Here I am talking about what every lesser noble in the Imperium knows. So what exactly are you interested in hearing about? It is. The Sisters of Battle are a fire lit by the God Emperor. They are the echo of his voice that travels through the dark expanses of the universe. We bring his wrath to heretics, mutants, and other enemies of humanity.
Wait, did I not have this dialogue
protect
before?
the faithful from the unholy and unhallowed, sometimes with words. Even the novices of the Adeptus Sororitas are drawn from among the most worthy. Those who have taken the vows and become a full-fledged sister are the best of the best, tested by trials of body and spirit. Yes, there have been cases when a sister stumbled or showed weakness. But do not... Each such occurrence is a great tragedy for us all. Light cannot bear the smallest speck of darkness within. And thus those who have trespassed or shown weakness of spirit are given a chance at redemption. They are called Sisters Repentia, and may the enemy tremble before her, wearing nothing but robes, no armor, eviscerator in hand. Those sisters who have once faltered find repentance on the battlefield. Their lives are seldom long, but a death in the name of purgation is a better fate than to live with a shadow in one's soul. Once I had completed my novitiate, I was sent to the Calixian branch of the Order of Our Martyred Lady, assigned to the Order's Pronatus. The Order's mission is vital and noble. The Sisters Pronatus protect... And we seek out the relics that have been lost. Neither a coven of heretics, nor the most wicked Death World can deter Sisters Pronatus when their goal is to return a piece of the great legacy of the Imperium into the hands of the faithful.
Apparently the Order Pronatus is not an order of one of the Order's militant, yet you're trained fighting?
Don't let the name deceive you. The Order's militant trains sisters to march onto the battlefield as an army. That does not make sisters who belong to the non-militant orders timid and helpless. Both the solace-bringing Sisters Hospitaller and the enlightened Sisters Dialogus know how to greet enemies of humanity. Their dialogue with heretics is usually quite short, with the last word being a bolter discharge. And my order has all the more reason to be known for the martial prowess of its sisters. We are the keepers of the Imperium's relics. What would become of our blessed hero's legacy if the Sisters Pronatus could not protect it? The Order sent me to Footfall. My undertaking was to assist the local priesthood of Drusians in caring for a sacred reliquary that had been there since the time of Parson Mr. Wayne, the station's founder.
Anyone here in the Cronus Expanse?
None that I'm aware of. But the Sisterhood's orders are many, and can operate independently of one another, sending their sisters wherever their presence is needed as deemed by the Ecclesiarchy. Perhaps somewhere in the Lord Inquisitor's retinue, may his path be blessed, my sisters perform their duty as we speak. I wish it were so. Even a single...
Okay.
Should any more arise, keeping
How
them
did
to
you end up
yourself
in
would be
Theodora's
imprudent.
ship?
I first came here when I found myself... I made a mistake. In a moment of laxity, I was ambushed.
Okay.
Sadly, they did not.
I think we...
It
This,
happens
where did this
even
happen?
on one of the recently discovered planets in the expanse. No one suspected that it had already been
We could go
tainted by
to
the
the
filth.
planet, yep.
The path to that planet was lost. All the knowledge is gone, along with the previous navigator. It would take immense effort and resources to rediscover the route. The air... I hadn't been here that long. Just one journey from Footfall and the other. During the last journey, Seneschal Viserion stood out for me.
Okay.
But not all of
No
Theodora's
more
people
questions?
have earned my trust. As you wish.
Tell me about yourself.
About me.
What's keeping you in my
I am
retinue?
the
Yep.
Emperor's daughter and his servant. The ship was targeted by heretics, which means that my presence here and the assistance I provide to you are my sacred duty. Sooner or later, I will likely have to return to Footfall to protect its reliquary. But for now, I wish to remain a part of the Rogue Trader's crew.
Okay, it pleases me to have a servant of the Golden Throne in my crew.
So they shall.
Okay. So there's that. Wait, there's another person down here? Raver, I hardly knew her. Okay. Do you control ship in real space? Who are these idiots you're in charge of? You must have dealings with navigators as part of your duties. Okay. I've been asking myself, like I've met many navigators, but this one, I don't feel safe with that little princess pulling our void ship through the warp. I guess so she's managing. Okay, that's enough for now. Are you Voidborn? Yep. Finish your story. Not much to tell. It got it everyone it could get to. Then it fled upward to middle decks. Augur operators took me under their wing. Okay. Anything about ships named the Fiery Reckoning? Heard the name, but I'm not sure if I can recall the details. Late Mort, put in charge of treasury records and mentions as Fire Reckoning. I see Gary sort. Have I done something that leads you? Okay, not merely just sharing on the contrary. First person on the bridge who's not tripping over themselves to lick my boots. Okay. Oh yeah, well I'm pleasantly surprised myself that you aren't having a flog for insubordination. Will the wonders never cease? Tell me about Voidborns. Tell me about the other officers. And Danrock couldn't care less. Highborn Weasel fawns over the officers, but some of the deals he made would have got him burned alive. Okay. The Voxmaster is no better. Cuts off half the Vox channels the day they took up her post. Okay. Wisterian can't find it. Can't stand the Wisterian. Okay. Do you like anyone at all? I liked you, Lady Theodora, before you. Or it would be a mistake. Correct, so rotate it. Don't want to die just yet. Okay. Taking my leave. Right. Anything interesting? Okay. Okay, no news of interest. Fair enough.
Lord Captain.
I must take my leave until next time. Okay.
Lord Captain.
Okay. Janris. Ever heard of the name Fiery Reckoning? From what I can tell, it's a void ship of some sort. There was mention of it in the Theodore's document I found. I'm
Gosh,
afraid.
I love BMW drivers, especially kids not looking and checking the surrounds while I attempt to cross the street. I gave M the pay attention tap and he proceeds to swear at me.
Hi, Silvala. Thanks for joining in on the chat, buddy. I think there's something quite universal about BMW drivers all across the world. Even the okay, they practically behave like they own the road. Even here. Of a vessel with a design fire reckoning. There are transactions, records of the ship picking up cargo from Kiava Gamma. I hardly know her. Well, this is odd. The data ends here. Apparently, the ship had some interactions with one of the workshops on your industrial world. Beg your pardon, your lordship, but this is the extent of the assistance I could provide you with this matter. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. We could get some skilled fighters, but replace the painting of the late Theodora in my chambers to hang my portrait instead. I guess. It will be done, your lordship. Okay. Enough questions. I'll return later. Let's see if we have more things we could talk about with Adira.
Of course.
Okay. I wonder if this gives me a new painting already. And when we last left off, Zavala, we went and romanced Cassia for some odd reason.
I was in the crosswalk. I agree. There is something universal about BMW drivers. Also, BMW could probably save money by removing the turn signals if it wasn't illegal to do so.
Yeah. Yeah, that is pretty much. That's also universal as well. About BMW drivers.
They don't use M anyways.
Yeah, it's kind of funny that aspect is so universal. Right. Let's save. And it feels so weird that immediately what happens after moving around a bit is that immediately we have okay, this is the prison planet. This is the new blood machine spirit keeper. Land on Rykard Minoris. Let's go ahead and go. One of the officers seems to be demanding an audience with you. Master Westerian's voice. I wanted to warn you in advance. Okay. Okay, who's here? The rotating throne. Abelard. This is not the conduct of an officer. They are antics of a highborn brat out on a lark. Explain yourself, Lieutenant. Okay. The Lord Captain has received a plea to assess the actions of Seneschal Westerian as a result. Okay. Deal with the situation regarding Depot 4. I apologize, sir, but I must speak to the Lord Captain, says Arvilla Vent. The young woman standing before Abelard strives with all of her might not to quail under the onslaught of her superior's anger. Okay. What is the Seneschal doing? Address the Lord Captain. Not least because I see you have already seen fit to disturb him. Your unauthorized appearance on the bridge with display of belligerence towards a high-ranking officer will be logged at your personal file without delay. Requesting permission to speak on a matter of extreme importance and urgency. Okay, we either just go, I will listen to what you have to say, speak, Lieutenant, or you may speak, but I want to hear a report, not a shouting match. Having two officers bickering in full view of the bridge is unacceptable. Assign the Lieutenant an appropriate punishment. Okay, I'll just go number 2. Ha! But no, I mean, do a bit. I'm sorry, Lord Captain. I thought drastically things. Time for drastic measures. Okay. Any minute now, an
Howdy,
assault.
howdy. I'm home again.
Oh, howdy, howdy, Mana. Thanks for being here, buddy. Just as a note, Mana. Apparently, what happened? Okay, as soon as we brought Cassia in, I immediately romanced her. Apparently, that was an option. So of course we talked to Cassia, and one of the options is talking to her.
Welcome in.
Yeah, talking to her and just saying like, okay, you.
Smooth operator.
Yeah, you look beautiful in my eyes, and then we caught her reading a book saying how to romance a lady, and then basically you could actually engage in a romance.
Of course you choose the Rizzler path.
Yes, there's no other paths. But oh well, matter cannot wait. Any minute now, an assault will be dispatched in the lower decks on orders to crush the workers' strike by any means necessary. So you're saying a senior officer provoked a workers' strike? But she maintains a stony expression.
Hi, Selvala. I mean, Biggy is going the leadership build. He gotta have that charisma.
Lord Captain, I urge you to investigate the actions of Seneschal Westerian and to intervene.
Don't keep the workers down.
Yeah, in what's
How dare
happening.
you?
Yeah.
Strike, strike, strike.
Lord Captain, I urge you to investigate the actions of Seneschal Westerian and to intervene in what's happening on the lower decks, because very soon we'll have a mutiny on or a massacre in our own hands.
Hi everyone.
Hi, Master Chief. Just as an update, Master Chief, I am so I'm stuck on.
Hey Snake. Hi
um,
Chief.
I'm stuck on the now that I've completed the main storyline, everything is slowed to a crawl in the game. The thing right now that I'm trying to do, which I'm having trouble doing, is defeating one of the bosses in expert mode. It's so difficult. It is very, very difficult. And apparently, if you have the right units and if you have the right build, you'll be able to do it. But everything needs to be kind of perfect. There's guides online on how to do it with certain units, and you'd be able to do it with enough units supporting you as well as enough units shielding for you. But it is very, very difficult. But, oh yeah. Anyways, let's just keep going. There's insurrection in the making on board my ship. No one's informed me. Yeah. So let's actually just go with the neutral route. How did all this start? Okay, so I'll give you the condensed version. It all began when the enforcers found a cultist amulet on the body of someone who'd been killed. on a drunken brawl. We reported it up on the chain immediately, arranged for a cleansing rite to be performed, and opened an investigation. No heretics have been found alive, but the search has brought tensions between enforcers and workers to a head. Oh, and by the way, man up, Cassia is now our new navigator, the one that we're romancing. Yeah, we're romancing a navigator. Things could only end well, right? And we didn't even use the gem to quell her powers, so she's actually at full power right now. And whatchamacallit? What could be worse? Our navigator has the tendency to interpret the navigational route through painting, and she uses her servant's blood instead of the color red. So really, really kind of fun in a bun. Cassie is a total like red flag of a package, definitely. The situation could boil over. Okay, so I'll give you the. So basically,
Romancing our chauffeur through hell. Yup, sounds about right for Warhammer nobles. I just came back from watching Mobile Suit Gundam, Requiem for Vengeance. It reminds me of the Terminator movie from 1984, just 40 years before Requiem for Vengeance.
Yeah. What was that other series that was on Netflix for a little while that is set at a similar timeline as the as not War in the Pocket, but what is it? The Eighth MS Team. Yeah. There was actually a Netflix show just a little while back where they had some Gundams show up on there's like a 6-episode thing, and we follow a couple of Xeon pilots as they try to escape during the same timeline as the 8th MS Team. And I do believe that I ranted about how the female lead has a very updated millennial design. But yeah, anyways, insurrection in the making on board my ship.
We have Adara, who is cryptic and screams a lot, and we have our navigator, who is basically the quiet girl who strangles squirrels. Just Warhammer 40k psychers, lol.
Yeah, but she's more a navigator than a psyker. She has whatchamacallit, they both gaze into the warp, but she's more of a dogmatic person rather than a culty version. But yeah, not the problem worthy of your time. The lower decks, it so happens, are in revolt. 30-something years ago, we had a revolutionary leader rise up who dared to establish workers' rules across the entire ship. Took a month to restore order, but even 8 years later, we're still battling rumors that the hero had survived his execution. Okay. The word of the Lord Captain carries more weight than a salvo from 100 bolters. I'm sure that the Rogue Trader addresses the malcontents directly. He will quell the unrest. Okay. I dread to think what problem would disturb the Rogue Trader with
all
next.
Navigators are psychers, but not all psychers are navigators.
Yeah.
It's how they use their powers is what separates them.
Yeah. I dread to think what problems you will disturb the Rogue Trader with next. Perhaps you will ask the Lord Captain to break up brawls in the mess room.
One of antagonist from Gundam Requiem for Vengeance was Gundam X. Reminds me of T-800 from first Terminator movie.
Yeah. Sending a hit squad to crush the rebellion is a means of ignoring the problem, not solving it. So what are you coming to all this, Abelard? Okay. Beg you to hurry, time's running out. Yeah. I will not hurry, since my competence is under a scrutiny, and I shall speak for as long as I see fit. There's an established order in the way things are done on this ship, and one of the pillars of the system is that the Rogue Trader's attention is not distracted by trivial matters. It is the Seneschal's role to ensure that. I've always handled the internal problems myself, so of course, when I received this information about the cultists hiding in the lower decks, I took the matter into my own hand. So as long as I live, no one on the vermin who murdered Theodora von Valanches will find refuge on her ship. Wow. Okay, you were far too heavy-handed, Seneschal. Arrests, interrogations, mass punishments for entire sectors. It has driven the people to the brink. Now there's a strike on the lower decks in Depot 4. No, not strikes. To be precise, the 3 workers
That
clans are
is all.
involved. Okay.
No spoiler.
Okay.
So anyway,
Yeah. Um, we are coming up to the end of the current event. The next event will involve 0083 and Stardust Memories, so that's fun. I'm now still having trouble. I'm looking online for guides on how to finish the expert mode, and there's a couple, and it discusses on how to use the appropriate debuffs, and we'll see. Many more are passively supporting them. The situation could be degenerate in an all-out insurrection, but when I report my concerns, the only response I received was an order to dispatch an assault unit and crush the strike with maximum force. Okay. Okay. So basically, Seneschal Abelard wants to dissolve by force. What do you have to say? So you need to add anything. I acted within the remit of my authority, guided exclusively by the best interests of your protectorate and your personal safety. If you wish to confirm the rectitude of my actions for yourself, I have no objections. Okay. For part, I urge the Lord Captain to go down to the lower decks, stop the assault unit, and speak directly to the people. See that they are not lying or harboring heretics. That way you'll stop the uprising before it begins. What is Depot 4? One of the poorest sectors in the lower decks. It's home to clans of general laborers. They are not as valuable to generate the ship as families who have served as specialized systems for generations. There will be easily replaceable resource, and one which is now more besides giving succor to cultists and minions of the arch enemy. Okay. It's poor and troubled, but at worst it means drunken fights and illegal rotgut brewing. Oh, okay. I think rotgut's alcohol, right? We have handled the work of Depot Moonshine. Depot 4 hadn't been so harsh. Another important point to bear in mind, the problem with not limited to this sector is located on one of the most populated lower decks. Everything that happens that
rotgut is alcohol
has a knock-on effect on neighboring sectors. Master at Arms, the ship's enforcers report to you, and yet you seem hesitant to provide your own perspective. Well, Captain, like Lieutenant Vent, I respect the chain of command and realize that it is not within my right to challenge my superiors. That being said, when I entirely share my master's opinion on what Fate Depot 4 deserves, I must note that there is an insubordination as a direct consequence of practices that he himself has introduced. Okay. Mr. Sauerback, I see you have decided to follow the lieutenant's example after all. Such
Fun
behavior
fact,
does you not
there is a combat stimulant in Warhammer 40k called Verdant Taurus.
Yep, Sauerback, explain yourself. Ship's regulation states that Masters at Arms is responsible for resolving all matters related to the ship's enforcers, and yet there's no secret that Seneschal has a tendency to show partiality. The enforcers are an officers whom we have peculiarly promising at the time given permission to approach him for tutelage. Okay. Experience
if you
and
are
insight.
Wondering why I bring this up, it's because it's a joke on Red Bull.
Oh, I get it. Did you know that Red Bull is an invention of Thailand? Like, it's manufactured here. And the original incarnation of Red Bull, before it gives you wings thing, it basically it's one of those stimulants you get in a bottle that's about this big, and it's like truck driver stimulant levels of stimulants. That's how they used to market it. And there are still those kinds of stimulants in glass bottles for sale, marketed towards truck drivers. Yeah, but it is nowhere near as widespread as the gives you wing title and the one in the can. And I do believe that they taste a lot different as well, but the stimulant version is super strong. But I'm not sure if it's like proper stimulants or is it the same as something like Lipovitan D or all those kind of Japanese stimulants in a bottle, because that's where they came from. You wish to respond, Abelard, to whatever Sourbeck's saying? So basically, he's playing favorites. Enforcer goes to Seneschal to report order from the Master at Arms that they happen to disagree with. Tomorrow they will go to the Lord Captain. There's a lot of drama going on. Mistress Sourbeck. Encourage an officer to disobey their superior. Okay. None, Seneschal, for there has been no such cases the entire time I've served aboard the ship. If anyone were to claim otherwise, I would have had them pay for insulting your honor with blood. Your conduct in this regard have always been spotless. Nevertheless, give your imminent position a simple show of attention on your part is enough to erode the propriety of junior officers, inflate the sense of self-importance, and undermine discipline. Right.
It's a politics sim where you gotta manage your crew as much as seek out the arch enemy.
Yep. I mean, this is... Okay, Lord Captain, I swear the Seneschal Westarian has never granted me any privileges, nor once advocated for me, nor facilitated my promotions, although he is the man who convinced me to become an officer in the first place. Okay. Yeah, to prepare a generation of Dynasty's servants to have exhausted it. This is my duty as a Seneschal. I see. Anything but shining example of unity and adherence today. I have myself to blame, I suppose. Oh. Right, the question is, do we go to the lower decks to deal with this? I am certain the Seneschal was acting with this authority, but I will verify the soundness of his decision myself. Okay, so I will not deal with the problem personally, because it is all part of us giving it it is the Seneschal's issue to deal with. So, but I will verify the soundness of his decisions for myself. Yep. An enterprise bordering on the sophomoric, but please yourself, Lord Captain. However, I categorically insist that I escort you. Yep. The forces were unable to handle the situation, which led to you and the Seneschal's involvement. To go to Depot for myself? Okay. Oh, great! We have a friggin' choose your party members moment, so definitely it could lead to rabble. Okay.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Oh, great. Okay. The lower decks are a source of endless problems. Sometimes I dearly regret that we cannot replace all the locals with servitors. Dare to disrespect the senior officer. Express such disrespect if we were not here, and the situation has been dealt with by the relevant officers. It is a junior officer's worst failing to pass problems up to the chain of command. I would never been able to abide it. Say again, it was a mistake to have come here, Lieutenant Vance, Lord Captain. I must admit that the lieutenant is by no means the worst material for an officer. But in the name of Terra, the girl is the same age as my eldest great-granddaughter. She has the gall to tell me how to manage the lower decks. Oh, hi. Did you just friggin' walked through and interrupted our conversation between the friggin' seneschal and the Lord Captain Rogue Trader. Did you just
Rude.
do that, madam? Just so rude. Are you gonna do it again? Walk behind me now, would you? So rude. So rude. Did you hear they were shouting your name? I guess.
That airlock be looking mighty accommodating.
Yes, it is. Yep. Okay, let's keep moving.
It's about time.
Do we have rabble? Rabble, rabble, rabble. Wow, nobles from the upper decks down here to see us. Something resembling a nest made out of thermal insulation. Okay. Rabble, rabble, rabble.
None shall stand in my way.
Okay, we have a valve. Wait, can we not use that valve?
Does it have steam?
Probably has vents.
We should deal with this.
What is this? Can be seen beyond the massive bars. Perhaps examining the pipe will allow you to reach it. Rabble. Born in the sector, I'll die in the sector. I'm gonna keep the door open.
Oh, I forgot. One more thing. Gundam, Requiem for Vengeance is also reminds me of 1993 World War II movie, Stalingrad.
Nah.
That vent can serve as a portal to save us from being left for dead, so use it till its half-life runs out to navigate this fortress to aid our team.
Oh my goodness. Oh. Okay, just give me a second while I look through. There's a bunch of valves and things, right?
Follow my lead.
We do have some goods here.
Now, they were thinking about Valve's games on Steam.
Inside the box, okay. String of scratched letters run along the edge, different first names but the same surname. Passed down in family from generation to generation. It says I could examine the pipes. With what pipes?
A new challenge for me?
I still do not see our purpose
Oh,
in
my
coming
dinner
here.
meal is here. I must go now
Relax,
and
old
gonna
man.
eat the food.
Going for a stroll on
Bye.
the lower decks every once in a while is
Thanks
good
for
for
being
you.
here.
Lets
Go
you
ahead and
see
eat
how
it.
the
Yeah.
simple folk live.
What is this? Arteries of the ship run through many bays, delivering
good one,
air,
Chief.
water, heat.
I'll
Okay.
lay claim to the stars.
There's somebody here we could talk to. Oh, okay. Sounds of vent. Oh no, it's Ventus. Who are you? Again, rude. Lieutenant Vent, my patience is wearing thin. I have given you an order. Now
He is
get out of my
venting.
way. Okay.
He must be SUS.
Yeah, she is venting. Very sus. Can I comply with that order, ma'am? Now, this is my deck and my sector, so as long as the area remains under the Lord Captain's special oversight, no action can be taken without my express permission. There are only 3 people who are authorized to make me stand down. First Officer, Rogue Trader, and the Emperor himself. Oh, wow. So all my lessons fall on deaf ears. Okay, very good. Your Lordship. Okay. What's the situation? Okay, Your Lordship. People have locked down the bay where the strikers are, including their leaders. We have the situation under control. We encountered some locals on the way here. The conduct was outrageous. They throw things at us. The people are getting desperate, clearly. They saw the assault unit and the captain. It's decided they had nothing left to lose. I mean, I apologize, Lord Captain. It is outrageous. Sure, the people simply didn't recognize you. Current otherwise, we will deal with them once the current situation is resolved. Is that all you have to say? I don't think we're going to reprimand him for things like that. I wish to speak to the strikers. Yep. Right you are, Lord Captain. Allow me to wish you good luck. Okay. I think I didn't actually want to speak to the strikers, right? Because that would undermine the Lord, the Seneschal.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Oh yeah, Biggy, to help give you more of an idea of how big these ships are, there was a story where the Primarch of the Night Lord's Space Marines and a group of his guards were able to elude the Primarch of the Dark Angel's Space Marines on their own flagship for 2 months.
Sourback.
Now, Primarches are 10 feet tall superhumans and Space Marines are 8 feet tall.
Hooray. Okay, a dozen pair of eyes stare apparently into you, the people before you are typical inhabitants of the lower decks. You're taking their display varying levels of mutation, from barely indiscernible to the strange to the outright grotesque. Children are freezing. We've been done for nothing wrong. We've been punished. We won't stand for it anymore. A mixture of fear, astonishment, and joy in their reactions. Finally, the people break away from the crowd. An elderly woman and 2 men. These supposed to be the leaders. They bow clumsily before you. Lord Captain, you have come down to us. Tell me what is troubling. Okay, what is yours troubling you? Striking? That's new to us, your lordship. All we're doing is asking questions, saying what we think. Shut up, Rivet. Okay. Here's the deal, your lordship. Your damned enforcers are all over us down here. They say that they're looking for cultists. One wrong word and they're reaching for their batons. If they want to punish someone, they turn off the heating to the whole base for a week at a time, so we get sick and freeze. In my clan, those 2 little ones died from inflammation in their lungs. All because of those enforcers. Oh, great. Argenta does not interrupt the workers, but you see a sadness well in her eyes when children's deaths are mentioned. She quietly whispers a requiem prayer, making the signs all over herself. Okay. It is all true. Vent is the only enforcer officer who stood up for us. It's clear as day who has a mother for the lower decks and who grew up amid the ships and has no fellow feeling towards us. Your lordship, we've no villains here. We're honest workers. You have now gotten guns pointed at us. All we're doing is asking for you allowed to work in peace without being harassed. Okay, so... Hey, we want to talk police brutality, huh? Topical. Okay, do we have anything to add? We were attacked on the way. Okay, persecution start appropriate of nothing, you say. I was told that one of you was found in possession of a cultist amulet. And the heretics are hiding here. The gewgaw they found on the dead drunkard. It was something evil or forbidden. We sure didn't know. Enforcers just said that they were looking for heretics among us. Oh no! We're literally in the vents looking for heretics among us. Dung 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 dung. And the
If the
obstruction.
police in Warhammer weren't allowed a little brutality as a treat, then why have them LOL?
Yep. Literally, we have an Among Us right now. Anyone instructing their investigation would be punished, but how would they be heretics here? We know of our own people, there have been no new faces found. And if they were, we'd be the first to report them. As for this amulet, or whatever it is, they took it off a dead body. There's no cultists or still breathing in our sector. That's for sure. But when the fight broke out, or something enterprising folks looted their bodies, the boots came back. They came back with nobody's even tread these decks in boots fine. I'll tell you that. Seems to me that cultists have better commanders than us. Okay. Those boots were really fine, and there was no harm in taking them, right? As for the amulet, it must have been pocketed by someone who didn't know any better. We don't need any amulets around here. We all worship the Emperor, and we're working with, we bow down before the machine spirits of the large and small transformers of the servo motor. The way my grandfather was taught 100 years ago by a tech priest who came calling. Believe me, your lordship, we're people of faith. Naive children, what you taught from an early age about the dangers of the arch enemy's creations. Weren't you warned about any unfamiliar objects could be one of them? Yeah. Okay. We were told, Holy Sister, but it was long ago. The last time we saw a confessor in our sector was just after I had my third little one. Okay, you have anything to add? Regrettable. You cannot lay the burden of leading a righteous life on the shoulders of holy fathers. Who are you to blame with boasts crawl out of these amulets you stole from the heretics? Holy Father who was not there, scavenger who brought evil down himself and his neighbors. Anything you want to add, Abelard? The use of all necessary measures to locate the Chaos Worshippers hiding in the sector. The specific steps taken by the officers were not reported to me. Ah, okay. Nevertheless, I'm certain that actions were justified. Cultists are no drunken stevedores. They're enemy and the threat to the ship. Neutralizing them demands decisive action. Is it necessary to torture these people with cold? The rabble understand only one language, Lord Captain, that of violence. Oh no. It's per regulation. Should the laborers persist in their unwillingness to cooperate, the next step is limiting the air supply and cutting off water. Oh wow. It's almost certain to restore order. Peasants can grumble all they want, but in the end, It doesn't even matter. They came too far to lose it all. They are in the source of their own misery. They have to do is bow their heads and fall in line. If they need punitive measures will disappear. Okay. We are attacked. Here's an explanation for you. The people have been pushed to the limit. Push it to the limit. And now they're lashing out. And if we don't know what these top deck units are being sent down here, it's like one there is the turn and won't let pass. Clans are all inside the bay that's been sealed off, but the lower decks are big. I'm sure there are some people who would have had encircled the ones who were risen up in Death Squad. Just arrived. No wonder folks are lashing out. Yep. Okay. We have an awareness test that we succeeded. The words seem sincere to you. Their body language and the glances traded between them reveal that the news of the attack has shocked them. Okay, so basically they were sincere in that they didn't know about the attacks. Would you look at that? The exalted Lord Captain himself asking us Bildrat what we want. Well, here's what we want: you to rein in the damned enforcers, to quit turning off the heat, and to stop battering everything that moves. Not that, no, that's not it. And we want the enforcers gone from here, and we want to be armed. Give us arms, and the government govern ourselves. We'll defend ourselves with these cultists and show them their faces. I've been leading my clan for 20 years now. Getting rid of these club-wielding thugs can only improve things around here. Oh dear, oh dear. You've gone too far, old man. They never let the maggots on the lower decks live with the enforcers breathing down their necks. They probably even insist the enforcers on the upper decks too. As for weapons, what do we need them for? Before the first day's out, we'll have someone pew-pewing their neighbor out of stupidity or drunkenness. We don't need that. If the enforcers stop hassling us, that'll be enough. In return, we'll find the scavengers who robbed the cultists' bodies. We'll take two of them, one lower deck to the another. If there are any more of those damned amulets about, we'll hand them over to the enforcers ourselves. You speak for yourself and your clan, so I'll speak with me and mine. I don't want empty gestures. I want real change. They promise us to the world now, but as soon as the anointed one turns his back, these brutes will be out on us even harder than before. All because we dare to speak out. Okay. So we have coercion, spreading anarchy on the ship. Is okay. We have a successful. Well, we have a 70% chance for coercion. On the ship is the first step towards embracing chaos. Putting weapons into untrained hands would be even worse. What's more, the enforcers are needed to maintain oversight and order. Without those demands, we'll consider the rest. Right, we succeed in coercion. Tall worker, they called Rivet, shrugs and casts aside a long look at the woman. Old man, listen. Listen, the Lord Captain himself has come down to us and is offering concessions, and I don't know a single person in the whole of Depot 4 who's ever stood next to the rogue trader, let alone talk to them. Back down, now's not the time for you to be a stubborn old crone. Yep, we got experience. Come on, old man, listen. The 3 counts of Depot 4 ought to act as one.
This is difficult decisions, lol.
Yep. We depend. Okay. But we are able to coerce them out of. You two are ganging up on me. Is that it? Oh, that's what she said. So brave you are against an old woman. But I'll shut up. I will indeed. I won't go against 2 clan leaders on my own. If you want to make peace with the enforcers, make your peace. That's great. Fantastic, Lord Captain. We all agreed. Well, thoughts, Abelard? The story about going scavenging for boots and accidentally picking up a heretical amulet doesn't sound convincing to me. People were moments away from rebelling and possibly becoming minions of the arch-enemy. We must not give them what they want, even if they did acquire something innocent, purely out of their own stupidity. That does not mean that they are tainted with corruption. Okay. Master, okay. What began as thievery could turn into something far graver problem. I've seen it all before. In the Second War, there was a sergeant in the Imperial Guard, or Astra Militarium, the primary combat, the first line of the defense of the Imperium, also known as Imperial Guard. The sergeant took an ordinary pocket knife was the body of a heretic. Whole unit lost their lives for it. And when they finally managed to break into the barracks, they found not a single survivor, only the pocket knife, which has grown through all the rows of beds like a metal choking vine. So, malcontents, scavengers, strikers, or whatever, they'll turn to the next. My very simple. Give them no quarter. What about you? Give the rabble a grox and they will take an agri world. Lord Captain. Okay. They only understand brute force. Yeah. Persecution will stop. I will expect you to assist in locating any remaining amulets and weapons left by cultists. Okay. Right. Right, your lordship? Well, thank you. You have not abandoned us lower deckers. You came to yourself and settled everything. I'll tell my grandchildren about this. Okay. We've removed fuels and provisions for XP. Of course, your lordship. We'll root out any nasty business faster than the enforcers. It will leave no stone unturned. Heat sink. We have goods. We've got more multi-keys. Hydro, whatever.
It's about time.
Page where the stars of each shift is marked.
See, it's so tricky because some instinct would say to trust the people and give them more lenience, but in the world of WH40K you could just as well actually be giving room for a cult to mutiny as well as just being a nice captain to your crew.
Yeah, I'm not going to give them quarter. It is stupid.
Follow my
Attention to
lead.
detail is the key to success.
Okay, pardon me. It only ends badly if we give them more. I think since we have a coercion option, it's probably the best option. But the thing is, I still don't know what to do with these pipes.
Stand in my way.
Let's examine the pipes. Or maybe here?
The Emperor sets my path.
It's a fun game because you have the optional to be a more lenient, populist leader, but as you have already experienced a
claim
mutiny
to the
attempt so your
stars.
pragmatist speaks up and says no, have an iron fist on the crew.
I think it is important to respect chain of command. I think it's unnatural, especially for a noble, to say, "Oh, what's happening?" Okay, I have an urgent matter to discuss with Lord Captain. Please give us a moment. Sure. Are you pleased with your investigation, Lord Captain? You kowtowed to this loyal rabble. You believed their lies and showed them leniency. Next time the ship is attacked by cultists, that rabble will welcome them in with open arms and allow them to wreak whatever havoc they like because they see you as a weak leader. Is that how you see a future of the helm of the Von Valanche's protectorate? Okay, there is some truth to your criticism. I should say so. You simply needed to trust me. I would have handled the situation myself had you not decided to intervene. Remember Lord Captain Theodora, do you think she ever set foot on the lower decks? No, she did not. Such matters were left to myself and the junior officers while she decided to solve her grand design for the Protectorate, as any true said it, strategist and rogue trader ought. I would only be too willing to trust in my seneschal and not fill my head with such matters. But the situation is spiraled out of your control, Abelard. You're right. At least concerns junior officers making complaints directly to you. Yeah. And I lost my temper, Lord Captain. I ought to explain myself. The prosperity of the Von Valanche's protectorate is not just an empty phrase to me. I left the Imperial Navy for the chance to see it flourish. Mostly momentous decision of my life, and I did it because I saw in Lord Captain Theodora's deeds the sign of true greatness. Rogue traders do not simply forge new routes and capture worlds. They create order out of anarchy. That creative impulse were entirely lacking during my time in the military. So I left behind everything I had known, everything my family had known. I'd come to a long line of officers, and I embarked upon this incredibly reckless venture. Lord Captain Theodora entrusted me with all the concerns she had no time for, so she would go off on her flagship in long periods to distant frontiers on scouting voyages, and the advancements of the entire protectorate rested on my shoulders. And then suddenly, everything that had been built over the years and years began to quake, rattling in my flimsy hangar on a seismically active world. One of the senior officers betrayed us all. The rogue trader was killed, and who knows what's happening on the planets. I will tell you this honestly, without a fear of appearing weak. All this has come as a grievous blow to me. I'm not panicking or grieving because I cannot allow myself to panic or grieve. I am duty-bound to aid the new rogue trader, to aid you, to find your footing as quickly as possible. And to do that, I must insulate you from the problems that is in the past that have been dealt by tried and tested procedures, and set out the ship's regulations. Procedures that were established long ago, have functioned smoothly for decades, cannot suddenly be deemed excess to requirements. I guess Theodora trusted in established procedures, and she died. I won't make the same mistake. If you want to keep building the future of the Von Valanche's protectorate with me, stop living in the past. That's kind of okay. I understand, but you need to learn how to respect me as your Lord Captain and Rogue Trader. Start living in the new world, a world where Theodora is gone and where and I have a new decision to make. Prosperity of the Von Valanche's protectorate is just as important to me. You're the only person who has the comprehensive knowledge of how things are run on the ship. I think the future I will follow your recommendations. And the thing about it is, right, I hated this because I specifically chose that I will come down and let Abelard handle the problem. And he has not actually chimed in to basically handle the problem. Like the dialogue choice of coming down here to observe Abelard didn't matter at all. When it gave me a choice to actually coerce and give experience points, which is basically the better choice. I value what Theodore created, and I trust that this situation is an aberration in the ship's otherwise smooth operation. Since the established procedures are working, I see no reason to change them. And
this game requires a reading skill, 0 out of 10.
Yeah, I have seen plenty of sentiment and hand-wringing in the recent days with very little competence. I have no plans to rely on your judgment. No, that's not right either. Okay, I'll follow your future recommendations. That's kind of nice. but that's probably giving him a little bit too much concession. But a value Theodore is created, and I think I like the fourth answer most. Um, no, I like answer 3 most. Okay. The value in the foundations laid down by your illustrious predecessor. Why fix what isn't broken? As for me, I shall endeavor not to cause you any further considerations. Okay. If Rotator desires to stretch his legs, let's just go ahead.
A new challenge for me.
Oh, wow. Okay, just give me a sec. เรียกไหมเอาเยลเย็นลองใต้ไหลหน่อย ยังมีเยลเย็นอยู่หรือเปล่า หรือว่านั่นไปแล้ว หรือว่ายังไม่ได้แช่ โอเค my right shoulder is aching. Like this one is aching very much. Oh, we got ourselves a level. That's good. And we have characters gain active abilities for use in combat. Oh, we have either Air of Authority, which one friendly creatures within the 4-cell radius. Increases an ally's resolve by +4. If the target is under the effective voice of command, they will start turn with +1 additional action point. Okay, that's pretty cool. Get back in the fight. Officer encourages an ally who immediately recovers from burning, bleeding, toxin, and stunned. Under the effect of voice of command, they also gain +6 temporary wounds. I guess get back in the fight is probably a little bit better than Air of Authority. This is 4-cell radius. Okay. Unfriendly creature within the 4-cell radius. I think if it's just limited to 4-cell radius, additional action point is Chef's Kiss, I think. And we could add more to... Okay, we have another thing we could pick. Common talent. I'd love a skill improvement. I'd love to have a base persuasion skill. May improve the skill even if the archetype or origin does not allow it. We also have all these nobles gain. Servant gains +2 movement. Nobles use an ability on their servant. The servant gains +1 AP. Does not stack with itself. You protect me. You are next. The servant has less than 30% maximum wounds. The noble can use you serve me once more in battle, designating a new servant and removing the effects from the previous one. I like you do something.
What the Deadpool Commander deck is already announced. The main Marvel set hasn't even been leaked yet.
Yeah. I imagine. Okay, one more officer ability. Move. Officer immediately grants an ally additional MP equal to fell bonus. Oh, okay. I think it's Air of Authority then. No, let's get back in the fight. And go with Bloody Augury. Okay, plus 12% damage from any source of warp damage. Ebb and flow every turn. Every even turn. The navigator gains additional action point. Plus 20 perception. Okay. That's a huge chunk of perception. Okay, we have a pew pew. So ballistic skill it is. Alright, better to off for the Emperor. While under 40% wounds. That's health. No other character in the system has the same archetype with the character. The first archetype ability used in each combat by this character is 1 AP less. Okay. Yeah. We don't have any other soldiers, right? Wait, are you a soldier? No, yeah, you're a warrior, not a soldier. Okay. Warrior, operative, officer. Yep, I think her being the only soldier means we go with ballistic skill and doing my part. Oh, we can't pick a ballistic skill because she already has ballistics, I guess. She can't add more BS. That's BS. There's agility, measures the character's quickness, reflexes, and poise. High agility allows characters to manipulate delicate explosives with finesse. And initiative, dodge, chance, reaction if a character uses a melee weapon. Okay. Describes how well a character perceives their surroundings. Characters with high perception can pick out a stray bolt casing in between the day-to-day morass of an underhive. Okay. What is it determines ballistic skills? Okay. I guess it's agility then. Yeah, let's complete. Right, we either have joint analysis.
Hey Biggy, are you familiar with the NBA? If so, who is your favorite team or all-time player?
The
I have
NBA,
detected a stray out-of-place bolter shell. Yeah, we all heard the flipping bolt blast go off halfway across the ship.
Hi, Destrider. Oh, I'm old school NBA watcher. So the last time I really enjoyed NBA was back in the days of Michael Jordan, number 23, Chicago Bulls. And my cousins lived in Chicago. So that's my history with basketball. There'll never be another MJ, right? But Shaq is kind of amazing for his size. What's the other dude? But you know, there's all-time greats. Uh, I watched when Shaq and Kobe were a thing, and I dropped off basketball when LeBron was just becoming popular. Um, And right now, I think it's what's his name? I'm just keeping an eye out for guys like Webenyama. As long as he doesn't get injured, he'll be an amazing player. Operatives, yeah. Until the operatives next turn, their allies' attacks also remove exploits, and deals plus in bonus more damage. Wow.
Highest rider.
Yeah, I hardly know her. Precise attack. For the next attack against the target affected by exploit, the target's cover efficiency will be reduced. Okay. Okay, I like the precise attack. And we could either go with logic. Wait, logic? No. Tech use? That's worse. Awareness? Oh, Cassia has more awareness. Medicaid, lower warp. We can go with a lower plus lore to the warp. Hmm. Is it tech use? No, tech use isn't ideal. We probably want to add another tech user soon anyways. This is not the best one. Awareness is... Yeah, this is with perception, so... Yep, complete. Or we could add lower warp, because... you have a little bit better warp lore than I do. Right. The last rank available, we have either weapon skill or toughness. Let's go ahead with weapon skill. Do my part. Yeah. We're going to go with one warrior, one... Okay, no heresy. Okay. Ready to serve. When Imperial War is affected by allies' non-damaging ability. What was your humanity's finest? Carouse? I think you're the only other warrior here. Yep, you're the warrior, soldier, operative, officer. Yep. So now we need one more operative. But the one that probably a tech priest of some sort. All right, let me save. Let's go ahead and talk to Cassia.
A tech priest would be good.
Words cannot
We need
describe
someone
how
to diddle the
boring
doodads
book is
so they
without
work
our
better.
Stimulating conversations.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about us.
Right here?
No, we're
Are
not
you
breaking up.
sure?
Okay.
Of course. Let us turn from personal matters. You wish to know about me? I suppose I can help you with that. What would you like to know?
Here's our little romancing thing about your third eye. Do you always conceal it?
The A navigator's open eye is baneful to
Okay.
whoever the warp's ruinous shine falls upon. The Regent gave me a bird from a
Yeah.
sunlit planet once. I tried it, maybe,
Dang,
but
you
everything
got her
changed
already
when I
around
found
your
my
finger.
own key
Yep.
to this mystery.
Why don't you talk about something
You will
else?
hear no objection from me, Lord
I
Captain.
must beg my leave.
I have enjoyed your company. Thank you for the conversation.
But yep, she's a romancing target. I'm not sure if any other characters are romancing targets. Let's go ahead and go to the Cronus Expanse. I really want to head down to this planet, Rykard Minoris. Okay. Oh, I'm napping. Ship makes its way through the star system. A strange fatigue follows over you. Your eyelids grow heavy and quills you've used to drop. Yet another order falls from your hand. Oh no. You raise your head with a start. Someone else is here in your study. You stand up and stare at the dozens of corpses surrounding you. Amongst those numbers, you recognize the disfigured and bloodied faces of those who died on the ship's bridge and those you met in the previous life. Really? How's this possible? Where are the enforcers posted to stand guard? Matters not. You are alone against this horde of heretics risen from the darkness to take our life. Okay. The shards lying on the edge of the desk, the sole remnants of Kunrad Voigtvir's weapon, slips into your hand. The metal is searing cold. The deadly sway from the side to side, closing in around you in a nightmarishly slow advance. Either we go, kneel before Sod. Stop. I do not wish for any of you to die. The dead remains deaf to your words, creeping over closer with the inevitably for death itself. You belatedly realize that your trembling hands has found the shard with its razor-sharp edge cuts into your palm. Unbearably bright light floods everything around, and you find yourself surrounded by groveling minions, their bodies shivering in your mere presence. Your hands no longer had a pitiful shard, but a majestic and intricate weapon, a skillfully crafted sword with strange, unnerving proportions, a curved design, an unusual hilt adorned with the image of a closed eye. The eyes open wide, revealing a gaze so ancient and dark that it steals your breath away. Take my breath away, doom doom. And you have felt its gaze before. There's the bridge. The voice that appears in your mind only confirms your guess. The tapestry is woven, the path is chosen. Accept your fate, champion. I am the sword's master, not its servant. Remember that? You feel the sword's immense weight pulling you down. You resist it as well for a moment, no longer before collapsing on the ground to the sound of
Dang
odious
demon
laughter.
nonsense.
The strain is such that you fear your back could break at any moment. Oh, wow. Back breaking. Oh, how convenient. To talk about breaking your back to a friggin' quadriplegic who was in an accident that broke his back. Great. Vogue, the first dawn, is hereby woven into the tapestry of your fate. Seek the second dawn into the hands of she who rises above the future dominion. The former aspirant fell, and thus the new one will become the chosen of the weaver of destinies. Make mortals serve you as their god, and become the vessel of the edge. Oh. No! Another friggin' vessel of the edge! Okay, so we either awaken with a vision kneeling next to your desk, clots ringing, and you
the
struggle.
edge.
They recall those faces and the image of the sword in your hand, cup on your palm, and the bloodied shard lying on the floor reminds you of what just transpired. I'm not gonna pick up the shard. I don't think. I think because I'm part of the Imperium, I'm gonna get rid of the shard. You would rather die than touch that thing again. As you reach chicken head call for a servitor. Now that you have to wait for the mindless automaton to arrive, pick up the cursed artifact, and head for the nearest airlock to be claimed by the void. Oh wait, there's a vault? Okay. Okay, there's a cargo. Okay, this just gives more... Okay, that's fine. Wait, Font Valencia's ancestry records? What is this? Data Chronicle? Shine of Remembrance? Oh, this is backers. I would definitely, I assume. Okay, I'm not sure if I should keep any of these research notes. I might just put them in the vault. Rough sketch. And handwritten letter, sealed letter. Loot manager. I hardly know her.
Know her? No way.
Yeah. The ticking of the clock is too quiet for its bulky size. Okay. It feels weird because we're just keeping going to the Void Bridge.
Just wanna say I hope you enjoy your vacation, Biggy.
Oh, okay. Thanks. Yeah, we're having a vacation from tomorrow onwards. I might try to upload or create some clips or make some videos in the meantime. Because I say vacation, but literally it's just me taking some time to spend some time with my wife. There she is. Our first romantic interest. Friggin', oh yeah, navigator, I hardly know her kind of thing. Right, time to scan. Right, we have Starport and the Tithe grade. Extract him, mobile mining outpost. I hardly know him. Okay, let's accept. A tech priest would just complete our party as of now.
Biggy is clearly coming to America, obviously. Winky face. What's the default vacation country for Thailand?
Thailand. You usually just go, most of the time is going to the beach, right? And if we want to go elsewhere, like out of country, then first thing that people say here would be Japan. You know, that's the go-to vacation place for somebody who's, if you ask somebody who's never been outside of Thailand before, where's the first place they're gonna want to go to Japan and like look at some anime and all those culturally relevant things. Is there like friggin' pew-pews everywhere? din of ordnance and the smell of
Anime.
explosives. Yep. Difficult to tell to the smoke who is firing at whom. Hold weapons
Ah,
on the
we
ground.
have arrived
I'm
in a war
firing.
zone, it seems.
Yep. Okay, so man in torn and dirty uniform hobbles towards you from behind the chunks of the rockcrete and crumpled plasteel. Cracked helmet is adorned with a crooked label that reads Sergeant Malgar. Malgar? I hardly know her. All right, so our skies are in lockdown. The rebels are shooting down anything that flies, and you just happen to land in our rear without... that's what she said. Without a scratch to show for it. And on a shuttle like that. Where did you get it? Stolen from the palace, isn't it? Grab 'em, lads. We've got ourselves a rebel landing force. By holy throne, what is this mess? They're in a rough spot. Old man, go easy on them. Yep. Okay. Abelard, I won't even let them... I won't even talk to them. Abelard, enlighten this rabble. You stand before the rogue trader of Von Valancius, you ignorant worms. Step to attention this instant in his lordship for formal report. My mistake, sir. At once. The starport is under the control of the governor wardens. Perimeter commander is Sergeant... Okay, he's not going to survive, is he? A frag explosion cuts off the rest of the sergeant's words. Shrapnel flies everywhere with a piercing screech. One of the soldiers falls to the ground, clutching the remains of his forearm that is now adorned with crimson tatters. Hooray! Blood pouring out of the stump. Aww. And the soldier's agony is short-lived. The sergeant curses
Bad
and
timing.
hastily says our army prayer for the dead. Okay. Bye, sir. Bye. Bye, sir. Okay.
We had an explosive entrance.
Yes. With a rasping cough, the sergeant turns back to you. Pardon me, sir, sergeant. The last Malaga reporting. My unit is holding the starport the governor's orders. How may I serve? Some dirty dog nearly shut down my shuttle. Yep. Affirmative, your lordship, sir. It's all those damned rebels. Those maggots somehow got their hands on an anti-aircraft battery, and it's causing our shuttles to no end of trouble. That thing really packs a punch. You're lucky they missed you. I've seen them fry 2 shuttles carrying reinforcements. Not a soul survived. But what's going on here? Unrest, sir. And rebellion in the capital and the provinces. And they went up to the spires. They hit the fox hubs. So basically, then the mag train stations. So the voice things. Okay, then Felix tore off his mask. Precisely because he knew about the trouble on Rykard Minoris. He knew that none of us allies would have come to our aid. You may continue your report, peasant. Oh, yes. Cassia is a noble, like us. Noble of House Os something. Sergeant Malgar. My unit was here when it all went to the Groxes. The tech priest linked to the satellite. I think that's the cows, right? The tech priest linked to the satellites reported sightings of strange void ships in the system. They were orbiting the star until one of them set course for landing on Rykard Majoris. Governor took precautionary measures and ordered to increase security. Everyone knows that whenever something's not right, you better double down the warden's details. The alarm was raised, and we were sent to secure the starport. It's only a reason we are able to hold this. Okay. We have an unidentified warship, according to the satellites, one of the unidentified warships circling nearby. They're crushing us, the scumbags. You were late to arrive on Rykard Minoris. Okay. So because we were late on arrival, we took... I think the events have changed. You're running on low on ammo. This firing is wounded. I don't know how bad it is in the streets. But they'll drive us out of here in any minute. Okay. So who are you? Sergeant Last, 11th generation loyal soldier, House Winterscale. Oh, this is House Winterscale. House Winterscale is the other rogue trader. Awarded 3 commendations for faultless service. Ever since the olden days, his lordship, the rogue trader, has recruited soldiers and the shipwrights in Rykard Minoris, so the greater honor of Rykadian than serving his lordship with diligence. What caused the rebellion? Ill thoughts. We've fallen on hard times. The grounds keep shaking. Things keep exploding. People are scared. They've forgotten all about their duty. That's when those emperor, forgive me, preachers came. They started riling everyone up. Sure enough, we shot a few, but they just keep coming. More and more of them. Okay. How can some pathetic rebellion be cause enough for such a lackluster welcoming ceremony and order of a rogue trader? Okay. Alright, pat him on the shoulder. You're doing fine work, Malgar. So your troops. It is people like you that hold the Imperium together. I like option 2. I live to serve. Do you happen to know if a member of the Inquisition has come here? Inquisition? I don't know. There definitely hasn't been any visitors. Okay. As long as the rebels keep shooting their their damned anti-aircraft battery, there's absolutely no way to shuttle you to the governor. Okay, so basically on foot. I have no one to send with you as an escort. I have assigned all available troops to accompany you, esteemed tech priest, to the governor. I will voxcast orders to them and wait for you, and I'll inform headquarters they better send out a convoy to meet you halfway. We follow the governor's orders meantime. Okay. You're a good soldier, but you've got a lot of blood on your hands, both yours and others. You know, the same hands that salutes now might fall in darkness. Ranks and etiquette, epaulets won't save you from the bitterness. Okay, pardon me, my lady, but I can't get my head around these fancy words you're saying. I see plenty of blood, but trust me, I'll fight to my last drop. What's dangerous? Okay. The city is almost lost because we late to arrive in Rykad. What tech priests? A very important person from the Adeptus Mechanicus arrived on the last shuttle before they locked down the sky. Kept asking whether anyone by the name of Amarant or Amarnat or something like that. They recently arrived, barely answering any of our questions though. He was not... okay. He was safe and sound. In the rear has left you for dead. And it's, okay. Alright, you're a good soldier, Malgar. I will see that your heroism is noted. Okay. Oh, we made the sergeant blush. He's gonna die, isn't he? Okay, time to end the dialogue. Right, there's rumors in the journal section. Sometimes rumors are just that. Other times there's truth behind them.
And we have guaranteed his demise.
Yep. We made him blush. Okay, so we have rumors. Warden of the Expanse, Lord Inquisitor Xavier Alcazar is a powerful and mysterious figure who plays a pivotal role in the fate of the Cronus Expanse. His power is so great that it extends over even rogue traders. Okay. Look at all them items. And all that loot. All that loot. All that loot. Hey, you're hiding your goods in the bag. In the goodie bag. Just rechargeable batteries.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Guard. Pilot Nemus. Okay. Just in crumpled uniform and done with the Von Valanche's coat. Her voice quivers slightly, but even the fear cannot stop her from using typical voiceman jargon. That was some fight, your lordship. We've been a little less lucky. We've been checking at the port, at the sky right now. What was the weapon they fired at us? Can't say I know, your lordship, but the shot is certainly fly quick. Never seen guns like that before. They were firing from far away, almost from beyond the bar. The horizon, that is. Who gave those jobs a terrifying contraption like that? Your name, pilot. Senior pilot Nemus, appointed by the senior deck officer to serve on your personal shutter. Okay. Do we ask him to take me to the governor's command post? I'm awfully sorry, your lordship, but I can't. The Emperor saved us once, but if they shoot at us again, we'll be blown to smithereens. Okay. Let's just leave.
Victory awaits!
I'm at your service.
Can I not talk to you? Dance for me, dance for me, dance for me. Oh, oh. Okay, we have a guard we could loot.
Did you see that? They almost knocked us out of the air. Some bumbling idiot's going to regret that when he's dragged before the Lord Captain for questioning and trial.
I do not think the rogue trader should take a personal interest in a common crackpot. Summary execution will be sufficient.
Okay, just shoot him. Okay. So we have more treasure down here. Or loot. Oh, it's here. There's gonna be more units.
It's about time. I won't heed your cries of mercy. Crush ya!
As an officer on your ship's navigator, she strikes foes with energies of the warp. Support your party by making them allies stronger. Voice of command is an officer ability that increases allies' characteristics for 1 round. We already have voice of command. Okay. Lidless stare, unique damaging ability that assails our targets with a wide cone. So basically, we Cassandra, not Cassandra, Cassia is just a Medusa. Pretty much. Think I want to move you here. Idira, I hardly know her. Let's move you like here. Where do you go, Cassia? Here, maybe.
Out of my way.
It's a lot of enemy units.
Faith shields me.
Did you just shoot your friend? Yes, you did, didn't you? There's just a bunch of them on the left.
God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart.
Okay, momentum. Special combat resources. Okay. Oh no, that's the momentum. What does this skill do? Next range its area attack made by the soldier deals 100 damage. Okay. Let's just use grant momentum equal to 6. No, we'll grant momentum next turn. Let's just go ahead and use run and gun.
This is unacceptable. Faith without deeds is eradicated.
Okay. We shot down 2. Let's shoot down a few more.
I'll do it.
Okay. That's everything, I think, except for a reload.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Argenta ain't Argental.
Okay. Right, Mr. Bruiser, I hardly know her. I think this is... Okay, full cover. Go Cassia. And now we have a voice of command.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Bring it down. We do have a lidless stair. Get back in this fight. And with the get back in the fight, we could try this. Okay, we can't use that, so we'll need to use the voice of command here.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Okay. Let's go ahead and use concentrated fire.
I will not.
Oh wait, that was bad. We are forced to take a single shot now.
Doubt is for the weak.
It's everything. Dodge it.
Let's get to it.
Nothing.
Wow. That tore... that basically just tore the cover out, right? It's not ideal. Okay, let's go ahead and use voice of command. Okay.
Already done. Absolutely not. Suits my purposes.
Okay. We have a nice shot right here.
All too easy. You didn't stand a chance.
Nice pew pew.
High momentum.
Okay. Let's just use this on Argenta. Bit of forewarning. Let's use this on the Bruiser Rebel. And also this. And maybe this precise attack.
Was that you? Or
And let's just zippity zap.
on it?
Should have used the friggin'
I'm not so sure.
High momentum.
let's move you here. Let's charge.
Indeed.
Okay, we're going to use Sworn Enemy. Okay, we'll use Endure.
It will be done.
And just slice.
I will do my duty.
You just made an enemy for life.
Let's just go ahead and use your momentum ability, your
No
hero act,
matter the cost.
heroic act. Right, we're just going to slice again.
At your beck and call. Reduced to dust.
And I'm going to move you here. I'm just going to slice you repeatedly.
Indeed. At your beck and call. One fewer target.
My faith strengthens me. Here we go.
Okay. Nice. Let's go ahead and use concentrated fire.
Faith without deeds is worthless. I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury. I'll do it.
I'm just going to pew pew. Wait. Did you just miss everything? Yes, you did.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Do you have wounds?
Injuries will not slow me.
Time to slaughter someone.
Nope. You got parried. I think I'll need to move here. We don't have cover here, but should be fine. I think we will be able to use our gaze. We're going to use get back in the fight.
I am a navigator, not a servitor. That is foolishness. If only that
Biggy,
were possible.
you can't just call them that.
Ha! What did I just call them? Yep, navigator. I hardly knew her.
If I may, try to die with grace, at least.
The gaze.
Oh. Hooray! You know exactly what I meant.
He.
I'm afraid not. Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Okay.
Doubt is for the
Pew pew.
weak.
Okay. All right. Let me just move here.
My tactics are flawless.
Abelard.
I don't have time
Nope.
for this.
Okay.
Not a problem for me.
Okay, voice of command, and then extra turn.
Already done.
Just give you expose weakness.
That is not my destiny.
Great, you're too far.
No can do.
Right, since you're too far, I think I'm forced to pew pew you.
Nothing I could do worse.
Oh, look at
but
that.
Not by much.
No, we have one more unit in the back. Like right here. What's this? Grants an act. Draw a turn to an ally.
I'll bring glory to
Go,
my
Cassie.
bloodline.
Step aside. The navigator is coming.
That's what she said.
Isn't this a job for the serfs? Another foe painted black.
Man, my thoughts are so dirty. Okay, there's just so much stuff to loot.
None shall stand in my way.
This is just how do I say this? The action in this game does really play, how do I say this, second fiddle to the narrative, but that is more to do with the fact that it's oh, we have Lore Imperium.
I won't tolerate weakness.
But the thing is more
I rise to the occasion.
okay. Written on the side of the shuttle in pilot slowly staging is something. Commander's Cloak. Increase the range of officer archetype abilities by +1 cell. Okay. This is +5 fellowship for each enemy in a 2-cell radius. We'll give you this cloak. And this is a shock baton. One-handed melee weapon. Oh, we do have a power swing. 6 to 11. We have a cleave and a power swing as a choice. Okay. 8-13. 8 to 10. 6 to 9, nice. 6 to 11 is a strict upgrade. Okay. 8 to 13, 6 to 11, 8 to 12, 8 to 10. Right. Anything in particular I need to worry about? No. Okay. There's a blind madwoman here. The eyes lie, the final dawn purifies vision. Oh, wow. You don't come any closer and I don't shoot you. Okay. Grant true vision, renounce false sight, all will be revealed. Okay. That's a bit of a...
Oh no, not the blind.
Oh, okay. Lucky Jaspar. The young, shaggy-haired soldier is pale. Nonetheless, as you approach, the holsters his pistol, the hallmark of good discipline. He gives you a somewhat frightened but genuine smile. Thank you, my lord. You arrived in the nick of time. I don't know what those babbling creeps wanted with me. It definitely wasn't anything good. Are you unharmed, soldier? Oh, thanks to you, my lord. Those blind lunatics are all over the city right now. Those rebels, damn them to the void, go around maiming anyone they get their hands on by scorching their eyes, and they leave the poor sods driven mad by the pain and wander the streets. Babbling nonsense. Okay. The command doesn't want anything to talk about about it, but I've heard whispers that it's not just nonsense, it's heresy. Actually, actual heresy. Because listening to it scrambles your brain. It made patrolmen freeze in his tracks with a blind mob to get him and carried him to this post while to know who knows where. Okay, who are you? Lucky Jasper, the governor's aide and personal Vox operator, dispatched to the starport on special orders. So what are you exactly were you doing here on your own? Okay, so we have following Governor's Medena's special instructions, namely, all right, it's a secret assignment. I can't talk about it. I am the rogue trader. Why don't you simply order you to tell me everything? It's well written, my rights. Okay, we succeeded in using lore. Our rogue trader, Oh, so you must be from the House von Valancius' ship. The Starport's auger surveillance station reported that it had been detected your ship entering the system. Then you heaved to, sent a shuttle to another unidentified ship, a very strange one at that, and that ship departed. But the auger surveillance station reports are not to be disclosed by the third parties. But you know that already, don't you? Well, alright, if you really are the rogue trader, I'll tell you everything. Right, so why did they send you to the starport? Supposed to deliver updated Vox codes? And how should I put it? Assess the situation. The planet is a real mess at the moment. The rebels have found their way into our VoxNet. It feels weird to have an entire planet governed by just one governor, right? But I guess that's the way things go here. The Vox coder and the rebels have found their ways into our VoxNet and are now eavesdropping. They made proper communication impossible. Hallowed electrodynamic Xenobium that sent out a distress call before it went dark. Yep. Okay, do you know what's happening in the system? Riot on Recadiphilia. Okay, this prison planet. Urak 5 stays in the silent, although the navigators there have always been a reclusive bunch. Oh, one of them is right here right now. I was hoping to be lucky enough to run into a pilot, to a captain here, who could give me an update, but that's hardly a possibility right now. The rebels are blasting anything they try to land on the sky without a damn cannon. Okay. Awareness test succeeded. He stops talking a little too abruptly. Okay. Tell me about Urak. There's nothing much I could tell you about it. The station belongs to the Navis Nobilite themselves. Yeah, it's actually pronounced Navis Nobilite because Cassia said so. Emperor knows what they're up there, who even lives there. They scorn ordinary folk. They do only one person who's willing to grace with an audience of the esteemed Yvain Winterscale. Okay, Winterscale, like I said, is the other rogue trader. That place is creepy. They say that they order shuttles with servants from Rykart Minoris on a regular basis, so I guess they're too important up there to change filters and clean compartments themselves. I've never met anyone who's served there. It's like no one ever comes back. Your brothers and sisters lived and died for a great cause, serving a navigator house, and therefore all the Imperium. It is an high honor, one that few could bear. There she is. Only now this Japanese. Notice Cassia, his eyes go wide with fear. He opens and closes his mouth a few times helplessly like a fish. Nods nervously. เรียกไหมเดี๋ยวขอทัวร์หน่อยครับใส่ในชามเอ๊ะหรือว่าไอ้ตัวนั้นยังเปิดหรือยังไอ้พิงเกิลยังเหลือใช่ไหมพิงเกิลดีกว่า Something else you're hiding from me, isn't there? More classified secrets? It's nothing classified, just personal. My betrothed is missing. Not Raquel. The same Yvain Winterscale's personal pilot. Okay. When the riot reports come from Rykarphilia, Lord Yvain headed there personally. This is the rebellion started down here. We lost communication, so you're looking for your gal. You know what I'm afraid of? That they'll come back. That they'll come back. And those rebel scumbags will shoot them out of the sky. Broke the caster? Okay. Are we ready for her? She's dead, isn't she? She's pretty much dead. And you say, oh, I have a loved one. Better worry for her safety. Okay. That is, all members of the Voidship clan share the same employment. No matter how devoted a servant of the Emperor is to that duty, there's always the danger of the family ties must disrupt regulations and order. I see. Yep. It was a little less carefree than a few moments ago. Okay, the Scion. Scion, hear me! The machines! Master of the Rykart system at the behest of his illustrious father, or grandfather, or uncle, or whatever illustrious relative Lord Yvain took up residence in Rykart Minoris. Okay. So, you know what I think? Find it curious that Blessed Kygalos didn't make him the ruler of our world. Yvain is his blood, but the governor who rules us. Why do
I
you think
like
he
that
sent
his
him?
name just seems to be Lucky Jasper.
Yep. You think the governor can handle the rebellion? Well, obviously, I'm not some pessimist to say otherwise. Okay, I won't tell anyone. Let's persuade and get some experience. You really won't? If you ask me, things are pretty rotten. Those rebels are strange. We were easily quelled the normal riot, but we're not some commoners. We're Rycardians and a naval elite of House Winterscale. But those people, they're vicious. They know no fear. Okay. So basically there's something strange in the neighborhood. And attacks are precise, like they know what's going to happen ahead of time. Oh, great. And the command executed 7 officers on suspicion of espionage. It's not about spying. So basically there's an Aurora who knows who could see the future. She can see into the future, is that right? We'll see about that. She's up against the wrong psyker. Okay. Interrogator of Inquisition that may have arrived on this planet. I have, but I don't know where he is now. I'm sorry. I'm discussing the affairs of the Inquisition. Let's brutally maim him. No. I don't think, you have a blind madman. My eyes. My eyes. Have you gotten them? Please give them back to me. Just one.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
There looks like more stuff hidden on beyond that area. But there might be more enemies here.
Submit, and you'll die quickly.
I'll turn you into corpse starch.
We must have more stuff.
Abelard.
Speaking of new enemies, LOL.
Okay. Right. The thing is, there's a bunch of enemies over here. So Abelard could go maybe here. Or actually, let's move. Yeah, Abelard being here is fine. Nope, I'll move you here. To deal with the enemies on this side. I'm gonna move here. Next is our Psyker. I hardly know her. Sister Argenta. Okay, Adira could go here. I'll move you to full cover here.
Let's make it quick.
The unrighteous have come to us. That's what she said.
Hold on.
Okay. Job's done. Nope.
Out of my way. Let's get to it.
Oi. Don't swing at me, bro. Cocky clamor. I hardly know her. Go, Cassia. Go, Cassia. Let's use bring it down on you.
That is foolishness. I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Okay, we could get Abelard
Victory
one.
is imminent. I
Endure.
will do my duty.
Okay, we have a sworn enemy. Oh no, swearing the enemy doesn't let us charge.
Over there.
Bonk. Nice. And let's see where my cone attack could go.
Initiating charge.
Yep.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Oh.
Navigator's might.
Phew. Just doing the Medusa thing. Well, Medusa, I hardly know her. Oh, well, I destroyed my cover, didn't I? Oh, well.
Show me what you've got.
Parried.
Here we go.
We blew up 3 heads.
Let's just go ahead and use one of these.
But of course.
Let's expose some weakness. I'll use
Will
precise
do.
attack. And go zippity zap
Anything
zap.
else? What an unfortunate turn of fate.
Let's make it quick.
Smoke grenade.
Help me, Lord Captain!
Aw.
Get to it.
Rejoice in battle!
Gain momentum. Let's go with firearms mastery. Make the number of extra attacks equal to the weapon's rate of fire, minimum 2.
Power resides in the will of the righteous.
Let's go ahead and use run and gun.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
And pew pew. More shots.
I'll do it. Each strike is a prayer. Eradicated.
Nice. Look at all those shots. We could even land one more shot, I think. Okay, shoot you.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Nope. Okay.
You, my Emperor. I'll do it.
Okay, I'll keep shooting.
Faith without deed.
And then just reload. Okay, what's next? I'm going to use one slice. Or actually, we have a friggin' harsh shove, right? Or no, one of these. Okay.
At
Yep.
your beck and call. I took care of this one.
Nice. I'm going to give extra turnsies to Abelard.
Not my specialty.
No, actually, let's give it to
Suits my
Cassia.
purposes.
Because I want her to use this friggin' evil eye thing. Without harming someone else, maybe. Alright, I do believe we have a friggin' shotgun. Okay.
Nothing I can't do. Not a problem for me. Nothing of value
Nice.
has been lost.
Oh. Right. Shotgun for close range and freaking sniper rifles for long range attacks. Wonderful.
Out of my way.
Nope. Wait, did you say I remember? Doing the time walk?
I am a navigator,
Alright.
not a servitor.
Servitor? I hardly know her. Let's just switch over to the snooper rifle. Do a snooper shot.
Already done.
Nope. Oh well.
How dare you beat me to that one?
Bye bye. You serve, mate.
If I may,
You may. Right. Let's expose.
Will do.
Analyze.
Was that you? Or on
Go
it?
precise.
Ah!
And just let's just shout at you a little bit.
Of course.
Guided by faith.
Okay, we're gonna go
I'll do it.
momentum and just number 2 right in his face.
Doubt is for the weak.
Darn it. Okay.
A tactically sound approach.
It will be done.
And now with this extra attack, let's just go and use Sworn Enemy.
Victory is imminent.
And go Endure, followed by the Daring Breach.
For Von Valencius.
Let's just move up.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
And we're just going to keep slashing. Keep slashing. Okay. And after we're done looting and polluting,
We are the spearhead of the Imperium.
a bunch of knives. Is that everybody?
Dio must be around.
Victory awaits.
What advice do you seek?
Dio and his road rollers. Okay, I'm trying to zoom out, but I'm having trouble. Okay, there it is. There is a
Follow my lead.
goods down here. This is laser gun optic conversion modules. But we also have one of these. This is a pyromancer staff. Two-handed melee weapon that could cause inferno. Okay, wielder of this staff has inferno ability, but he's also available to as its heroic act. Okay. Let's go ahead and switch over to you.
It's interesting since psychers aren't so common on most worlds, so you are rebelling against the Imperium and suddenly a random group of people confront your mob and one of those random people stares at 3 of your friends so hard they explode. Gotta be wacky.
This is pyromancy, so I'm not sure why it's not allowed. Let me just go with info. Prerequisites, you need a pyromancy skill. Master of Flame, Psycho is able to create searing infernos. Okay. Pyromancer, I hardly know her.
It's about time.
There's a couple of things on here that we could okay. Right, we have we need a base Medicae skill. Let's have a look. This is light armor, armored body glove. And this is, ooh, actually, this is a strict upgrade to the body glove because it has more dodge and reduces more damage. Yep, so equip. You have the carapace, which is more armor. This is also more armor. But this is a strict upgrade. Did that change her look? A little, yes.
If only that were possible.
Oh, you can't actually equip Medicae. We have boots, right? Where deals damage to an enemy, plus 25% chance to gain 2 MP. Somebody who wants more movement. Okay. Yep, there goes. My hero. Watch him as he goes. This is a endurance. Okay, just in case somebody falls. Okay, we have the glove. We have bombas. Is this
shall stand
broken?
in my way.
Oh, wait. Is this just a starport? And let's have a look. Caustic smell. The Promethium was previously stored here. Must have fallen into the hands of the enemy. Well, we have a lockpick for Biggy, right? If Biggy's gonna lockpick, we're gonna switch over to this glove for a little bit. Watch me fail. Okay. This is a Death World Origin. Base armor property, plus 10% parry chance against melee attacks. Plus 5 agility. Okay. This one's stronger with a little bit of a dodge penalty. The question is, who wants this? Right. 25% with a 0.75% dodge penalty versus 20% no dodge penalty and plus 5 agility. I think this is better. Okay. I think I could also go with a slightly more dodge as well. No, slightly more defense. Or do I just keep this on? Yeah, let's keep this off me. Back to the starport. Okay, turret was placed by technological advancement. Disarm.
I better myself through my service. The Emperor favors me today. Never doubt me.
Hooray! Trap this armament. Insurgents walked into the crowd right across the mine barriers, seemingly oblivious to the fear
I won't tolerate
of becoming
weakness.
unalived. I think there's gonna be another set of enemies here. So let's save. How did I know?
Change is coming. The edge is nigh.
The
blood
edge.
ones are harmless. No sense in shooting them and drawing attention.
Fire on the nearest target! Don't kill the tech priest! We need to take him alive!
Knowledge find it, and let their enemies reap no.
What's he doing? Fall back!
Oh, this looks cool. Praying to the tech gods as they destroy and explode. Oh, are you okay?
May knowledge be thy fate. Let the cycle be discontinued.
What a character intro.
Whoa.
Man, okay, I love Tech Priests as a character now. Justin Crimson should not have survived the explosion like that. He is alive. You're whizzing in the respiration of his half-covered face.
Not another step.
Okay, hi Pascal.
Flee, for I am death.
Ooh. I love you.
By the throne! What is that servant of the Omnissiah made of? Adamantine? Ah, placid.
Okay, I'm Rogue Trader Ambiguous von Valancius. I mean, you know ill.
I identify you as a member of a high stratum belonging to...
The Adeptus Mechanicus are hilarious, make for great characters.
I am detecting no
Yes.
need for confrontation.
I love him already. I did... Oh. Thanks for identifying me.
The convoy received an order to meet you. It is no longer functional. Therefore, I propose that we continue to advance to the rendezvous point with the governor's soldiers.
A tech priest stares resolutely forward. His mechadendrite, which is a tentacle-like robotic limb, prosthetic surgically attached to the spine, so basically friggin' what Victor has, rising gracefully around the hunched figure, which is illuminated by the flames of smoldering remains of the machine. Who are you?
I identify as Magus Pascal Haneman of the priesthood of Mars. By the grace of the Omnissiah, I am currently assigned to the maintenance personnel of the station Altar Templum Calixis X-17.
Okay, awesome.
Altar Templum Calixis. I have heard the name before. The station appears on House Orcelio star charts in the Furibundus system, not far from the void colony of Footfall. You have traveled a long way to come here, esteemed Magos.
Hi, Cassia. And how did you manage to kill a slew of people and blow up a sacred machine without even laying a finger on it?
This was my doing.
Yeah.
The voices are being weird about him. They're saying garbled, conflicting things. Like they're talking about completely different people. But he's not a threat to you. Even if that's a bit hard to believe after all the fireworks.
You do not know that you caused the explosion?
The Omnissiah granted me a revelation. The spirit of this machine was dying, but it wished to perform a service. Such was its design. I sensed this and appealed to it. I do not know how I did it. I merely followed my intuition. The understanding granted by the Omnissiah was not permanent. It has left me.
Okay, so why do you wish to see the governor then?
I came here to carry out a sacred mission. My mentor, Archmagus Amonat, summoned me, and I hastened to answer his call. But the rabble's unrest prevented our meeting, and I was on my way to Governor Medina to determine my mentor's current location.
Is he still alive? I don't think so.
My escort was ordered by their commander to discontinue their movement and await to be merged with your group. Then, due to their incompetence, they let themselves be killed. It was an unacceptable complication to my task.
You must be quite devoted to your mentor to be willing to invade into this mess for him.
Cessation of vital functions is an unavoidable phenomenon, and therefore an insignificant one. The doctrine of worship repudiates the fear of death.
Okay. So basically,
With my mentor's words, the Omnicide gives me the algorithm for redemption and triumph in service. I will be redeemed, and I will triumph.
I invite you to join my retinue then.
Acknowledged. Predicting successful and mutually beneficial cooperation.
Hooray! Let's have a look at Pascal. Yep, Pascal with a Q. Okay, perfect. So he's the other operative, meaning that he is going to be our tech priest, which completes our build. We have analyze enemies. Our retinue is going to consist of one melee dude, one melee, one gunner, and then all of the priests. Okay, so we're gonna have intelligence, right? That's the base stat. And then we could either have calculated relations. Forged world characters can use persuasion, coercion, and commerce based on intelligence rather than fellowship. Oh! Ooh! For future playthroughs, I might actually think about this. So basically use intelligence for persuasion, coercion, and commerce. This is a really cool build. So go full int without using any fellowship. Gain +3 deflection against burning effects and flame weapons.
We go big brain.
Yep. Forge world characters gain stacking +10 bonus to hit chance and dodge reduction against any target they hit with a single target attack. Successful crits from a single target attack increase the hit chance. Pinnacle of weaponry is first attack in the combat with any plasma, meta, or power weapon deals additional damage equal to 5. For the remainder of combat, the bonus damage is decreased to 2. Steel the Forge, wearing a heavy armor. Forge world characters gain +1 movement points, deflection, and cannot fall prone. Okay. That seems chonky. But you do have exposed weakness and analyze enemies. Which, and we have extra tech use, yep. Plus int. Tech priest operative. Dismantling attack. Inflicts 1 exploit on all enemies in combat and then makes a free attack against a target. The attack always hits until the end of combat. The target of the combat suffers dodge penalty. This is passive learning. On the first turn in combat, the operative randomly distributes the same number of exploits as when you're using analyze enemies amongst all enemies in a 10 cell radius around the operative. Okay, so basically he should be in front. They distribute half as many exploits in a 2 cell radius around the operative. Oh, at the start of each turn. Okay, so this guy's just...
The tech priests are an interesting sort. I could go on and on about their lore and interesting tidbits.
Yeah. Forge world characters gets +3 deflection against burning effects and flame weapons. I think I want the Steel of the Forge. Extra movement points, cannot fall prone. And then we go next. And we either pick fresh target. Attacks an enemy that is full wounds. +13%. Instant exposure. Exposed weakness cause 0 AP. I like exposed weakness. Tide of Excellence. When operative triggers an exploit on an enemy, the operative gains +1 damage. +2 armor penetration until the end of combat. But we have like free exposure, don't we? Yep. Okay. This thing stacks. Let's add more int. And go next. And then we have joint analysis. The operative's next turn. Plus int bonus more damage. Yeah, definitely. We need joint analysis on you because it is based on int. and we go with either logic. I'm high on logic already. Affected by intelligence, characters makes rational decisions. Or we could go full tech use. Any logical inconsistencies more efficiently. Actually, increased logic is increased dialogue options. I'll definitely give this second because that's much more interesting. Which means that we're going to remove our glasses. And we're going to give our tech priest. It's friggin'... Okay, is this heavy armor? Medium. Medium. Okay, we have a trusty carapace. Right? Carapace, chestplate, light armor. Is this heavy? No, this is light armor. So let's make a switch. We're going to give this to the seneschal. Let's dodge. This is Holy Vestment. Base armor. +2 to tech use. Darn it. I want heavy armor on him because he has the heavy armor ability. Wait, why can he not? Oh, he can't. Okay, never mind.
He needs to wear his holy robes.
Let's go give you the goggles to improve logic. Your logic's not
Also,
68.
his mechanical bits might get in the way.
Yep. And tech use up to 80. Nice. And we have Omnissiah Axe, which is a two-handed melee weapon. And a laser gun. And what else? Okay, you have a Granada. Let's use...
Lay's potato chip.
You're making me hungry, Mana. You won't like me when I'm angry. Hungry. Why is this not able to be equipped? Not enough strength? Deadshot stub revolver? Two-handed melee? Two-handed range weapon? Okay. I think you, sir, you'll need to get some better guns. We have Lay's gun. I probably want to give you a better one-handed pistol, right? Or give him a friggin' shotgun. Yep, a two-handed melee weapon and a two-handed shotgun. That seems good. Okay. There's a path up here that we could try to get to, but I have no idea how to get there. We need to... Is that a ladder? No, it's not.
We should deal with this.
Okay. Is there a trap? Oh, wait. We have one member missing.
Victory awaits!
I don't remember the select all command. Alright, what's here? The dead have their eyes ruthlessly burned. Okay. Alright, we have frags and gas granada.
Abelard, I've been meaning to ask, how are you keeping it together so well? Don't you ever feel awful without her?
Enough, Tlas. We have a duty to the new rogue trader. You would do well to focus on that. If you keep your mind busy, you will have less opportunity to fill it with awful things.
It's kind of true. However, it is not the healthiest way of dealing with it, but it is also very true that keeping your mind preoccupied with activity does help. Darkness is coming. Okay.
I'm still new to the art of exploring.
An entire procession of cargo servitors was destroyed. Okay, we have this Medicae and Balzer. I hardly know her.
Sins hidden in the heart turn all to decay.
A nice little stroll.
Come on, I want to highlight everybody. Okay. I have a feeling that we could do something here. Okay. I think there's some. Okay, so probably if we could move up here. I wonder if there's something we could shoot down from up here. Okay. Oh, friggin' elevator, of course.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
What is this now? This is light armor called Sin Skin. It is 25% base armor, whereas agility is more than 40. Okay.
I woke up with a feeling of wonder, as if a field of flowers was blossoming nearby. A child was saved from death. 1,000 heretics were burning alive, begging and sobbing and howling.
Okay. World property plus 5 agility. Okay. $40, 35, 30 agility. Okay.
Follow my lead!
I wonder if there's another battle here. Yep, there is. And I think this will be the last battle. Sure, the machine spirits won't listen to you. They're really stubborn. Quit your whining. Whinging. I've seen Tech Priest do it twice. I've even brought a sensor of him. Of course they'll list. Okay. Goodbye. Famous last words. Alert. Profane violation of the algorithm. Alert. Okay.
Indeed.
Yep. Friggin' Tech Priests. We know what we're doing. We don't need their... Okay.
The YouTube response.
Wait, what YouTube response? Do we activate the turrets?
They messed with the algorithm.
Hooray. Okay, let's just use Pascal's logic here.
It's about time.
Operation successful.
Take a knee and bow before me.
All right.
Show them no mercy.
Okay. We're way, way far back, though. Argenta, I hardly know her. Big yes. Hello, Tech Priest. Here's your debut. I'm not sure what you could do in battle, but let's move you forward. Alright, sister. Hey, sister. Go, sister.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone!
We're gonna use run and gun. Their next attack costs -1 AP less, does not count towards the attack limit per turn. Okay. This is momentum. Grants +3 momentum for each enemy that is either in a 5 cell radius or hit by me this turn. Okay. Let's go ahead and see how much damage we could do.
Faith without deeds, none can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Okay. Pew 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 pew. And let's reload.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Adira. Okay.
Cover me.
Let's see. We probably want exposure. I hardly know her. Let's expose this
I'm
dude.
not so sure.
You're too far. Can I even hit you with a lightning attack? Okay.
Adara shouldn't be exposing he.
Yep.
Was that you?
Bop, 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 bop. Nice. And piercing attack. Okay, we're not going to use anything. Hi, turret. Wow, you are taking care of things, to say the least.
My place is at the 4.
Is it at the 5, though?
Someone else can do this. It will be done.
Okay. And we'll go with Endure.
At your beck and call. It will be done.
Slice.
Reduced to dust.
And we have a
No matter the cost.
move and attack.
Follow my lead.
Let's just use this little hammer swing.
Indeed.
And again.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time. A tactically sound approach.
Okay. We have, what do we have? Machine Spirit Communion. Weapons in a huge area gain additional effects. Recoil reduced by half. Analyze enemies. We have a free exposed witness. Machine Spirit Banishment. Reduce damage dealt from target attack. Joint Analysis.
The scriptural prognosis is favorable.
Okay. Let's use this.
The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all.
Be careful not to cross my gaze.
Can we give you an extra turn? Too far.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. Isn't this a job for the serfs? Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Yeah, there's nothing we could do here. Except for this.
Request approved.
Okay. Tech priests are just strictly, it's just all strictly debuffs, I guess.
Nothing I can't do.
I wonder if I could tone myself out.
I am a navigator, not a duty demand.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
Okay.
Let's get to it.
We have a random gunner.
Such a huge AoE.
Yep.
God Emperor, move through me! Be the fire in my heart! That is not the Emperor's will.
We do have a Granada, don't we?
I refuse. This is unacceptable.
Of course, we don't have line of sight to the target.
They who discern the future own the battlefield.
Thank you, turret.
A new challenge for me?
Look at all them unalived units. Okay, just a bunch of bits of armor. And yep, more armor. And I think that's pretty much it for today. Alright folks, thanks for being here. It's now time to say thank you to all my members. And it's going to be time for me to just go and take a holiday. We will see each other soon, but not before I say, yeah, I have to thank my members first. Alright, thank you, Apilux, Manta, Doug Bolden, Rafa Vega Chapa, Techno, and Amit Stein for being members at the time of streaming, getting to watch vids early, getting some cool badges and emoji for whenever you comment. You could demonstrate that now if you want, so wish, but then if you are not a member, you could just like the video if you enjoy it, subscribe if you want to see more, click on the bell to get notified when I go live. But yeah, thanks for supporting the channel the way you do, whichever way you want to. It's now time for me to say goodbye for a few days. And
have a good day, Biggie, and all.
Have a good day.
Have a good holiday.
Have a good day, Mana, and I'll see you in a while. I'll keep you updated with posts and things, and I might link you guys to some newer channel content, and I'll see you guys soon. Yeah, bye for now.